revealed.
Hi.
Oh no! It did not show your shoulder at all. It truly looked like you were fully like floating. Did I hear a 5 in the middle of the chaos?
You did. You did hear a 5.
5 means we're live. Okay. Flandy has to run, so
I mean, apparently not. He's got all day.
We're gonna introduce him now. No. But anyway, hello, welcome back to Difficult Terrain. We are gonna do our usual, which is let everyone introduce themselves and the characters that they're playing, and then hop into the recap, and then inspirations, and then back into this bitch. So we're gonna run through and let everyone say hi. And I'm gonna start with Nenners because I was blowing up his spot before. And you know what? You didn't seem like you were busy this time, and I'm still getting in trouble. I don't know why. Nenners, go.
It's always me. My name's Nenners. I play Vhalen. He is a Githyanki wizard who Foos has very cruelly removed the ability to cast from. We went to go to therapy, and now my therapist is dying. So Foos, that's how dark this is. The therapist is catching strays. So we're gonna have to figure this out. It's rough. He already caught stray. This is the second stray he caught, by the way. He caught the first stray when we were at a year-long party, but it only lasted a day for us. But then someone took his legs. So straight up took his leg. He got no legs. No
they didn't take. He has
the legs are gone. He's a legless man.
I feel like I missed the detail when he was described to me.
Then we came back. The legless man is suffering from some kind of dark malediction, and we're gonna have to see if we can remove that. Except I'm low on spell slots, and I can barely cast, so it's gonna be fun. I'm the man who's gonna be doing all the heavy lifting this fight. Caroso, how you doing?
Great. Full hell. I mean, I probably am down some spell slots. I'd have to look, but I think I got enough going on. Yeah, I'm Joe. This is Caroso. He's a fish druid living in the desert, having a good time, just taking things as they come and trying to show everyone that we don't have to panic about anything. It's all going to work out. It's all going to be good. I could probably fix him and the paladin who's broken and this guy. I just got to figure it out. So, no big deal. But this me hanging out here, and we have one more test team mem, right?
Yes.
So on Wednesday, for the finale of test team mem, I'll be here for that. And then every other Sunday, and I'm always bad at it, not tomorrow, but the alternate Sunday.
Correct.
On my channel, My Cosmic God, I've been playing through Mass Effect RNG, what order the missions are in, and who goes in the missions and the dialogue. And crucially, now that we're in Mass Effect 2, all the very mission critical, I almost said Michigan critical, that's fun.
You did say it.
Mission critical upgrades that you definitely need that are going to be up to a coin flip. That's next week. So that'll be fun to determine, because that we just have to sit with. That we know, just like the end of the game is going to be bad because of this coin flip.
Yep.
Anywho, that's all the stuff I'm doing and all the places and all the things. So, Vogely.
Hey everybody, I'm Vogely. Vogelfane, people have called me. Vogs, a bunch of other nicknames I've had. I'm of the Vogbug. I stream a writing and productivity stream every Sunday, and when and on Tuesday I play video games, and this time around it's Baldur's Gate 3. Tonight I'm playing Nirja Zaran, the Bronze Dragonborn Battlemaster fighter, who had demons in her head, and now she doesn't. Yay! And I'm here every Saturday playing with these lovely guys that are my friends and my family, and I love them all. And Kit, go ahead.
Give us some bits.
Hi, come Kit. As you can see, the camera is now back to where it's supposed to be, and like just straight head on. I don't know why. It used to want to just be over here. Now it's back here. It's confusing the hell out of me. I don't know why. Just cycles of the moon or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, I'm playing Helda here. She is a alpha. What the fuck are they called? The dragon ascent dragon, whatever the hell it is.
Ooh, Ascended Dragon. Where
Ascended dragon. Thank you. Yeah.
Ascended Dragon.
Yeah, she has a
Flaming dragon.
Yeah. Flaming
Ascended Dragon.
Can you get Dove so you start yelling "Flaming Dragon" in here?
There is a channel somewhere called Ascended Dragon.
Oh no.
We are Flaming Dragon. Okay. No. She's an Ascended Dragon monk. She has a bit of a spotty memory right now, and she likes shiny things. That's really all she is there. I believe she's going to turn herself in to the authorities today.
We don't know why.
Valen's very happy about it.
Nope. No, he's not.
I mean, it was you guys' plan.
Not my plan.
Okay. But yeah, we'll see where it goes. And now that he's returned, Flandy, please.
Hello, I am Flandy, and I have been here the whole time. I'm playing Ryland tonight. He's a paladin. He has the least amount of hit points out of everyone here. Everything's fine. But tune back in on Friday for the finale of the Humblewood 2-shot. Almost a difficult terrain because that's what we're in right now. But Foos, take it away. Say better words than I am.
So, like, we're gonna end difficult terrain on a day we don't even stream difficult terrain. This is wild. Foos, the DM for this lovely adventure, difficult terrain. And yeah, next week we're gonna have 2 finales. Task Team M, and then our 2-shot with Frandy. So it's gonna be likely a charged week. And then I think the weeks after that we're gonna be quiet for a bit because holidays and stuff. I think maybe the difficult terrains will be happening, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm excited to hop back into this and to keep things rolling along and such. So with all that out of the way, we'll hit our recap, which was our lovely Nirja has whittled down the demons that were in her head, literal demons, by the way, down to 1. And the team had taken the time to visit Sivir, the soul healer within the palace of Kimatha Kimane, to visit that space within her mind one more time and take out the last fiend that is there. They were given a few hints as to, or more or less clues as to what they were about to fight. And they hopped in, and thankfully, with plenty of time to plan, a little bit at least, they were able to mitigate so much of the damage. Thank goodness, as this fight was rough on all ends. Rolls were all over the place, but they triumphed, thankfully. And after the demon was vanquished from this space, also doing an incredible amount of damage to the little baddies who came in too, by the way. They came in and got whopped. Everyone else doing consecutive damage to the baddie as well. You were all able to emerge victorious. However, it seems as though perhaps some lasting effects have been left on Vhalen, unfortunately, as well as, I do believe it was Ryland, correct? Ryland, you had I think I marked it off, a thing that was happening as well. But as the team was successful in killing the last demon, you visited Kelren, who was able to recognize that for once, all of the spaces in this mindscape was finally vacant, at least of the demons. The other souls or spirits are still within this space, but they didn't seem to make themselves known at the moment. However, Nirja was able to recognize that her weapon, Mithril Majesty, also feels a little lighter, a little cleaner, just a perfect weapon for her hands, and has expanded to not a +3 weapon, but a +4. So your weapon is deadlier than it used to be. But with that victory, the team signaled to the soul healer who had guided them into the space that they were ready to leave. Upon doing so, we're called back into the familiar space that is the soul healer's room, while all of them seem to be a little battered for the most part, with the exception of Kiroso, who's at full hit points, but everyone else a little hurt, but otherwise safe and sound in the room. Although as their attention came to Sivir, they recognized that he is now sporting some sort of almost black inky tendrils under his skin that is kind of crawling up one side of his face. After having slumped in his chair a bit, once everyone had returned to their physical form, that's where we ended our last episode. So we're going to be picking up with this very happy, cheerful moment in just a second, after I give away the inspirations, which are overwhelmingly 2 people. So thankfully, not a lot of work from my brain. So congratulations to Vogly and Frandy.
Really?
You 2 are the proud inspiration owners.
Inspironers. It's going. Yep,
Inspirators! Yay! I love it.
Owners.
Because we own the
Yes.
inspiration.
You guys have the inspiration for the night.
Yay.
Congratulations. And with that, is there anything else? I think I caught everything right. We got the recap. We got the inspirations. I feel like I'm missing something, but I guess I'm not. We're gonna inspire.
This is very.
I mean,
I don't know why, but seeing it spelled out like that makes me feel like it's some kind of Lunchables food or something. We're just like,
I was just gonna say, seeing it spelled out, considering it's not a word, it's still spelled wrong somehow.
Inspironers. It is. It's
I think
Inspiron. Yeah, it feels weird. I don't
with
know.
a W to add a W.
I don't like it.
I mean, the W could be there or not, but it should be an I, not an E.
Oh God. Yeah, because inspire, like the inspir, it feels weird.
It doesn't matter. You captured the spirit of Inspironers, and that's what needed to be captured.
Misspelling it is actually correct. I think that feels right.
Thank you, Sandy.
But with that, nailed it. Big brain time. It sounds like a medical thing, like I can see that. I could absolutely see that. Also,
I was
hi,
actually
Judy.
setting up a class at medical school, which where I work, and they were talking about Inspironers just the other day. They're bad.
Inspironers.
No cure.
I did mention at the start of this episode offline that my brain is fried. So this is just a sneak peek of what the rest of tonight is going to be. Pray for me.
Food's cooked.
Food's is cooked. So
Yay.
the team, you are back in the safety of this space, but you can see that Severe is conscious, but now kind of slumped in his chair. As he looks over all of you, he's always had sort of gold tattoos, and his eyes were always sort of a glowing gold as well. They all seem to kind of pulse, not quite weakly, but in a way that seems as though perhaps some kind of latent energy within him is currently activated. But as he looks over the team, he kind of clutches at his chest for a second and coughs a few times. I believe you should all leave.
Don't you need to heal? What can we do?
Nothing, which is why you need to leave. Divine sense out the gate. Just
That's the move.
let me check one thing real quickly. Give me a quick just charisma check.
And you're just gonna look to Vhalen like, what is this?
You're fine. You're good at charisma. Let's go. You got Zowsy baby with you. It'll be fine.
Oh,
It'll be fine.
You were saying?
I was saying you'll be fine, and I'm not wrong, because that's what seems out of the ordinary. That's severe right there. That was so
believe you.
suspicious, and that was absolutely
believe
not the
you
intention.
at
That
all.
was so.
Just insight check the
Zero
DM.
belief.
What are you checking for him?
Severe, straight up.
He looks pained, but you've heard him say like 7 words. It's tough to see if he's not acting.
Yeah, but I've never heard him tell us to get out.
You've also never seen him damaged like this.
He took his legs because you've seen him dash before. Well,
He has legs. He's got legs.
At least 4 of them. Calm down.
So
Goodness.
so yeah, and you're just gonna look at Vhalen and just be like, like giving him a look, like, yeah, I'm gonna listen to what he says, but this is also kind of weird. What magic is going on?
oh, fuck, you're 2D again. All right.
Yay!
All right. So he's gonna
Helda, you got a D4, by the way. Sorry, let's go ahead.
look.
Dude, chat's not showing for me then. What the hell?
You're clearly not well. Do you want us to get somebody to come see you?
No, that's what the palace is for. You should go.
We'll
What's-
give like a shoulders deep bow
That is
and get the
super
fuck out
not-
of this man's space.
Hold on. No, wait. Like, if
Incredible.
I don't understand the need for urgency, we can help.
And so could many others. But if he would like us to leave, he has done a great service. We should leave him to his. I
Valen's
will
gonna
help if
shoot
he
you.
requests it, but I
Valen's gonna shoot you a look that it's kind of like there's something else here, maybe.
Oh. Gotcha.
Ryan's like kind of actually going to cut him off and be like, how do we know that thing isn't in you now?
It is. That's why I need you to leave.
I don't
Shoot me.
understand.
Help?
Yeah, that thing nearly killed us.
It's hard to keep contained. The whole idea was that we got it out of you. I'll ask you one more time to leave.
We're not gonna let you
What?
suffer this alone.
I need everyone to roll me a charisma saving throw, please.
Oh,
At advantage because your boy didn't drop shit. I'm still concentrating on that. Let's go.
yeah.
Everyone is also within Ryland's aura. Yeah, everyone's within that.
Well, then that one is actually not that.
Okay. Okay.
It's swinging.
Is this a good time to update Malware Bytes? Thank you.
Kit, you have advantage as
Jesus.
well. No, do you? You should.
Everybody should.
Everyone still has.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
literally
roll one more time. Netters. Look.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
All of them got eaten by advantage, but 3 people crit failed.
Yeah. Rusi is still here too, right? So I think she also. Oh, I need Kemen. Whoops.
Yes, I am also tallying rolls, so momentarily delay
No,
on
take
the
your time.
field.
I also need to roll for Kemen. So Kemen is not. Did you
Poor
get Kemen
Kit
with it? I don't remember. I don't think you did.
is
I don't think he did.
What's my
I'm gonna
average looking
double
like
check
right now,
that.
Flandy?
okay. You're going for supreme,
It's pretty bad.
supreme.
I think my score is
Global
1.5 right
ruler
now. That's my
of the
average
Low
right now.
Roller Club.
Oh, he does. Okay, I went to the other map to see who has rooks. Everyone does, because I think
Yeah.
you spent a ridiculous high.
Except for
I think you-
Rusi.
It's been a 7th level spell slot. Everybody but Ruthie,
No,
yeah.
yeah, he didn't get Rusi. Rusi was too far away.
Yeah.
Even if he wanted to.
Rusi was too far away, and oh god, I just
I
realized.
don't-
I'm sorry. I don't have everyone on this. I'm just everyone's looking at a regular map. I apologize. Okay.
I think Rusi is still technically in Griffin form because I don't know that we had time to swap her out.
I don't think we
Oh,
did.
he's in your aura. Okay.
Just
Yes,
so you know.
she's still in. Yes, she should still be in Griffin form.
Yep, this is going to be an amazing roll.
Two.
Uh,
Okay. Sick. Okay.
Oh,
As
again,
he-
Plan D. Oh no, never mind.
for a second time asks you to leave. The moment there's any kind of hesitation from the team, you feel sort of like a pulse of some kind of arcane effect start from Severe and kind of go through the rest of this room, and almost like in a dome fashion. As that happens, you guys watch as Helda, Rusi, Kiroso, and Helda, Rusi, and Kiroso are all blinked out of this room.
And Kemen, I
This-
beat him. And
No, Kemen didn't add the aura.
Yeah, Kevin doesn't have the aura. Exactly. Yeah, yes. Because he gets a +6. Yes. You beat Kevin. Listen, I don't need you to bring down Kevin like that. But no, yeah, he did roll higher. So at the moment, it's this whole back. No. Held the pass, right? Or no, she did not. Okay.
Yeah.
You two in this one. I'm just gonna scoot you guys down. So
Wait. I have a D4. Can I pass with that? Is it possible?
you have
Okay,
an
then.
I don't
8
think the
right
D4 is going to save an 8, sir.
Okay. Gotta try.
If he had 4
no,
d4s,
I
he might be
tried.
able to pull it off.
I hear you. But no, unfortunately, that does not work. But they all disappear at the moment. You see him kind of huffing or struggling a little bit. And you can see the black is starting to spread further across. His left arm is almost fully black at this moment.
That's all. This is wonderful news.
Mirdra is going to shout for the guards and going to shout for, and she's going to say, "Demon infiltration! We need help!" Like she's going to shout for that.
Okay. Give me one
Can-
second as well.
Foos,
Yes.
can I get I don't know, a persuasion check from him against Ryland to see if Ryland believes, or maybe an insight, I guess. Can I get some sort of check to see if he believes that this man can handle this by himself?
Oh,
He's claiming.
okay.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying? Do we believe in this boy? Do we not? Document details.
Do we believe in this boy? I would say that would be insight for you.
Okay.
And then I have to roll something from him. Well, hopefully it'll freaking
Ah, finally.
Nicely
Hot
done.
damn.
nice.
Woo!
Now it fucking works, you little bitch. Okay. So as the so you are checking for that, and you're just shouting, Vhalen and Kevin. The only other one, the other two are gone. Vhalen, is there anything you're doing at the same time?
Valen's testing a gust just to see if he's still banned from casting spells in here.
Charisma saving throw, please.
Rude. I don't even cast using charisma. That don't make no sense.
That's the best part is that everyone's like showering or doing stuff, and you're just like, let me just give a quick test run of what's going on.
It's a good test.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It is verbal, right? That one does have a verbal component. I'm pretty sure it
Gust
does, but
is.
if it does not,
Gust is verbal and semantic. So.
Semantic?
as it goes off, you feel the hands around your throat just start to squeeze again, and the verbal component comes out in like a wheeze that is not strong enough for the spell to continue. So unfortunately, that does not work out for you.
Can I change my subclass to psionic?
I don't think that's how it works.
Go into psionic form and not worry about casting anything other than what I
As
think.
Kemen hears you wheeze, and then like the kind of panic that's happening, you see him kind of reaching for his greatsword and just kind of looking around the room, trying to figure out what the next move is. Ryland, as you are looking over Sevier in as much detail as you can pick up in this short period of time, it looks like there's a clear conflict happening internally. It's hard to say at the moment, but he is clearly fighting something off. It's also to the point where you're a little unsure of who you may speak with at any second.
Shit, I don't have any spell slots. I was gonna try and bless him through all the runes and bullshit, but I can't even do that. So
Here's a
Ryland's
pat
gonna
on the
grab.
back, brother.
Ryland seeing this is, I think he's gonna think that our best option is to leave right now, because if he is struggling within, we need to not be here, so he's not worried about us. So he's just gonna kind of grab Nerja by the arm. It's like, we need to leave now. We need to go hit the kings.
Oh, all right. She
I don't-
obviously trusts you.
You're gonna leave him with the demon alone here. Is that your plan?
He's worried about us. Get out.
He shouldn't be. Well, maybe you.
Out.
Still like kind of clutching at his chest, he lowers his head as he continues to focus. Trying one more thing. Hold on.
Also, Foozca, I know you're doing secret rolls for reasons potentially. Just if you could at some point give me a summary of those. No rush. Just
Sure. No, you're fine. You're fine.
Yep.
The first one, I hid one because that actually was not the roll.
Yeah,
that
whichever
was
ones were meant to be rolled.
Exactly. So I'm just letting you know that there's one that you saw that I'm actively omitting because it was not supposed to be a roll. But so far it's been a 12, a 13, and a 17.
Fool's rolling Hall of Flame stats. Foos, is this earthy in any way?
No, what you stand on seems to almost be like glass of some kind.
Vhalen!
Underneath seems to be water that's flowing.
You can pick
All
him up.
So I can't just bury him down to his neck in dirt.
No, you
All right.
don't seem to be in dirt at all at the moment.
Right, let's get a look, Nerja. Can I trust you to leave on your own reconnaissance?
Yeah.
Okay. You should turn around and pick up Vhalen.
What? This is a terrible idea.
Kevin's gonna look between the two of you and just speak to Vhalen psionically. Are we leaving or are we staying?
This is bad call after bad call. Not an advantage, but I'll take that.
Jesus, fuck that is.
Can you like share one of those, man? Damn.
Who is this man?
The only thing I've rolled above single digits is a 20. So
No, he rolled 1 1 and 2 20s.
awesome. All right.
Insane.
Oh god, I don't even know what he would do at this point. I can't help him. Even if I think the issue is if he wasn't banned from casting here, he would absolutely stay. Right? Ryland is damn near dead. Nerj is the only one who could really help, but unfortunately she's just gonna stab him to death.
Yeah.
So doing the math, I don't have any options that make sense unless he has a banishing smite or something, but that might just banish Severe to wherever the fuck he's going. And I'm not sure you can cast in here. He's running through all this in his head a lot faster than I do, and then he'll say, regrettably we're leaving, but This might be the last time we see this man as such.
As Ryland kind of picks up Vhalen, there was a moment where you felt Kemen's hand on your arm as if he was about to stop you, but the Githyanki brothers made eye contact, and after a quick nod, retracts his hand and puts his sword back on, and seems ready to follow you out.
I think doing that Ryland's gonna be like, oh, I can. I see he has Vhalen humped over his shoulder, like like folded in half, like he's on his way out. He's gonna touch his holy symbol and use a bonus action to harness divine power and get some spell slots back because I forgot that was a thing and he hasn't done that yet.
Yep.
And he's gonna immediately attempt to cast Bless on Severe. And he's trying to focus on the severe part of Severe.
Okay.
I know what you mean. It sounds insane. Okay, yes. Go ahead and roll your charisma check for this. And I'm going to double check one last thing. Also,
God damn it.
Although, if I bless a demon, does that hurt it?
No.
Oh, that's interesting.
No,
Oh.
it does not. Absolutely not. I'm like, it's okay. I don't have time. But
All right, come on, dice. Ooh.
very nice. Just double checking one
Is that
last thing.
enough to beat the
As
board?
that goes off, I also need a charisma saving throw. As you start casting this, you start to feel like a buzzing in your head.
You do this at advantage.
You do this at advantage.
Bit about advantage.
Bit about advantage. I like that one. Woo! Very nice. As mentioned, you start to kind of feel like a buzzing in your head, and you feel that sort of headache, that like migraine, kind of working its way into on the sides of your like temples, pretty much. Sort of a throbbing, but you're able to kind of push it off, and not only push that off, but also push the spell forward. You see very, very high up, as the ceilings here almost seem to be in the sky itself, runes that are kind of flaring as you cast the spell. But it does seem to activate, not without great effort on Ryland's end. But you do manage to latch that on. And are the rest of you, well, Ryland is carrying too right there. Thanks, babe.
I hope
And
that's
Kemen is
on Severe, Ryland, and him and Vhalen. I almost said himself, but I said
I was
Ryland
like,
instead of Vhalen.
yeah, I was like, you said Ryland and himself. Okay, so
Ryland squared and Vhalen.
assuming Mirja, you are following them out, you guys are all heading out otherwise, right?
Hopefully she'd let us out.
Is in Vhalen's eyes, is Severe like a civilian-ish, or does he have? I mean, besides being. So I guess in meta terms,
In terms of
Civilians-
might.
civilians are like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, blood bags basically. You throw them down the stairs, D4 damage will kill them.
Yes.
Uh,
I mean, you guys thought he was powerful enough that we should definitely have him do it this time because you didn't want to do it in the desert before.
well, he's got a very specific expertise. I mean, as like a blacksmith, but like a blacksmith in like, you know, humble town is just gonna, you bonk him on the head, they go down, right? Like,
I mean,
so
yeah,
I'm
you're a
worried-
wizard. Same shit.
You have to bonk me a few times.
I'm pretty bonkable, if I'm gonna be
We
honest.
described
Right.
your particular brand of cannon as glass for a reason.
Oh my
Correct,
God.
but you need a certain amount of bonks. So I'm just trying to see how many bonks would Vhalen think that he would take. Is he civilian level bonk or is he adventure level?
How many bonks till you get the
Arcana
center of it?
Arcana check
Okay,
for how long you've been exposed to.
that's not. Let me turn this off. There we go. Before Foozca yells at me again.
Oh, you're good. Nice. Okay. It's for saving throws anyway, but I appreciate you taking it off either way. You've been within the presence of Severe more than once, and each time that you have, I think you would be able to recognize that there is some arcane influence to what he does with the team. Not only does he seem to be a very grounded individual who is a master in his field, but there's certainly some kind of arcane mastery. Just at a glance, you're quite sure it's not from an academic standpoint, but certainly not the blood bag civilian that you are very concerned about.
Okay, all right, and he'll leave it. Then he'll go. This is last kind of.
Give me a religion check on top of that, actually. You did roll that.
That I can do.
You rolled all right, but it was a good bonus to it. That was not a good roll. Never mind.
Oh my God.
There's something very strange about that man. More or less, yeah, you know that there's some kind of arcane tie with whatever he does. But as you are heading out, the bless lands on both Severe and the rest of, not the rest, but certain parts of your teammates. As you are heading out, and that you do feel it land, by the way, there is a moment where, as you're looking back at Severe, as you're exiting and casting the spell, you can see that the black continues to kind of spread. And there's sort of a moment as he has his hands down, or head down in his hands, that you see kind of like a glowing pulse come out from him for a moment. And as it kind of blinds the group for a moment and then kind of recedes again, you can see that the black has kind of receded a bit, kind of pulling away from his face and away from his arm as well. But his head remains down as you are heading out. And Helda, Rusi, and Kiroso, you three found yourselves right outside of the Soul Healer door, teleported directly outside, where the guards seem to kind of look at you and a bit startled, and the griffin, excuse me, and then the two of you, they don't seem alarmed in terms of what may be happening, but instead kind of looking over the three that just popped out. Everything all right?
I would not say all right. Is there someone who usually would assist Severe if he was in need?
Yeah, we should maybe get somebody in there quick.
I do not want going in there. He has specifically requested we are out. He is dealing with a magical problem.
Yeah, which is
It seems to be what he does, is deal with magical problems.
yeah, which is also probably why you're here. All right. I'll
I
ask
told
you
them
to
we
just,
should leave.
and here you are. So
I was already walking, but they were not.
that's even funnier to think about. You were just like,
I genuinely was like, fuck it, yeah. The guy who knows his shit said we should not be here. It's like, well, I don't know.
That's exactly what a demon would say if I was going to possess someone with beach people around.
If we were in the middle of a wheat field, I'd be concerned about the demon possessing people. But we're in the least demon-friendly place I could think of in the city. If the demon wins, he's fucked. So
everything's fine. But you're here for a bit, chatting with the guards who seem to kind of be almost looking between each other and almost as though they are communicating quietly, without words before. All right. Should be taken care of soon. Just going to ask that you give a little bit of space. And you can see at the moment that some of the guards on the other ends of the hallway seem to kind of either be blocking off the space or kind of redirecting people at the moment. And as that happens, you see the one that's particularly talking to you looking backwards. When the rest of your team comes, we'll ask that you all leave, is all.
Jess, I'm just over here. And then I'll just move to indicate vaguely where he indicated to give more space.
Yeah.
And then just wait patiently for them to be magically ejected or listen to reason.
Flandy, there's another roll on the board, 4. But as you guys...
Is that with advantage?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. The hilarious thing is, for meta purposes, it was still a pass because of certain other things, which I'll explain later. But
Oh, I've been counting both rolls on the advantage and disadvantage.
oh no. Oh, okay. So you need the other. Yeah, it's 2 and 4. You need that other one. It was a 2. Oh.
When you said it was advantage, I was like, oh my goodness.
Bad. It was bad. Let me tell you, it was not good. But you are all headed out not too long afterwards. You see Vhalen over Ryland's shoulder on the way out, Kemen not too far behind, and Yurja walking on her own 2 feet.
That chuckle is genuine and in character. The fact that Valen had to be carried out does amuse me just a little bit.
And as you are all stepping out, the guards also address you. Help is on the way. Please see yourselves out.
I feel like we're being.
That was rude.
I'll just walk with you as we go to walk out. Did you fall, Vhalen?
No, I did not. But thank
He
you
was
for
trying to
asking.
cast magics again. And speaking of, are the kings on the way? As the magic barrier was probably activated.
I do not know if the kings are coming. I explained to the guards that Sivir was dealing with a magical problem, as it seems Sivir is wont to do, and they immediately sprang into action as if this has happened before.
I think Rather turns from looking at the guards to Caroso and be like, oh, okay.
Also, the Mytho has record of every spell that is attempted to cast or is actually cast. It doesn't necessitate him to visit upon every infraction.
He usually does when we do it. Try to make a little bit of light of the situation, but
Then he is likely aware of who did it.
we did have a potential appointment with them after this, right?
We spoke and I believe it was worded as maybe, if there is time.
Yeah.
And was there get out, like
Exactly.
get out of the palace, get out, or get out of the area, get out?
Get out of this area, please.
Okay. Rather will
Yeah.
ask Vhalen, are you good to walk on your own, or should I carry you to the... I don't
I'd
mind.
appreciate it if you put me
You're
down.
very
Thank
light.
you. I'm
Down.
able to
I
walk
think
on
we
my
need
own.
to start
too.
getting you to eat more instead of as well as sleep.
I'm more concerned about my inability to cast verbal components of spells at the moment. But thank you.
You cannot cast
Yeah,
spells?
I get a headache when I try.
I get choked when I try, and I want to
You-
find.
Neither of you can cast spells.
I mean, I can, but with great difficulty.
I mean, I did.
That's not good.
There is magics.
He gestures to the shimmering glow of the bless on everybody.
to the pen. I do not have it prepared. Unless there is a healer or someone who could inspect you today, I could take an attempt to fix these tomorrow.
He was the healer, pretty much.
I
And he is occupied, so if there is another healer,
was thinking Kurugu
Yeah,
is
of
the
course.
one I wanted to talk to.
Okay.
She seems to have experience with these kinds of things, at least.
I think Brown's gonna set Valen down, and he's gonna be may I?
Sure.
And he's doing doctor on his vocal cords, see if he can see anything in there.
you
Medicine
try to
check,
look
please.
at his vocal cords through his mouth.
Yeah. Yep.
He said something was choking him out. He's just checking.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
yeah. You
it's
can-
it is actual
totally tell.
hands, not. Hmm.
yeah. No. Hit me with your medicine check.
Yeah, average. Woo!
Yeah,
Yay.
that's a neck, all right. You're not seeing any. Honestly, from the internally, you don't see anything. However, as you are kind of just looking over him in general, it very faintly almost looks like you can see kind of like the indentation of like hands against his neck. Not squeezing actively, but just enough pressure to leave slight indents along the sides of his neck.
Ooh, that's
I
so
think he's
gross.
gonna like instinctively go to do the cleansing touch again and be like, I've already tried that shit. Just more like a stress response from Ryland's side.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Vhalen would kind of catch that, like see him start to do the thing. Like,
Yeah. I kind of want to go into the abyss and kill him again.
That is an option. It also seems like that's a place that we need to go anyway.
I don't think this thing's gonna be on the layer that we need to go to, but
We can make some stops.
we could have made that stop sooner.
Yeah, fair.
All right. I imagine we should probably stay within range in case the kings need us, or do you think we should?
I
just...
assume they could send a message if they want to speak.
Sure. Ryland's taking us on the way to go talk to him again to see if our appointment.
waiting
Oh,
room.
I was going to walk in the direction of Karugo since that's who we're thinking can help heal you.
So if people are starting to like branch off and like, whoa, hold on. I know we need to see Kurugu. the kings are probably going to be dealing with what Severe is dealing with, right? Right now?
I do not even think that is true based on the guards. The kings are busy being kings. They will handle this, and the kings will want to speak to us or no.
The kings are pretty accomplished spellcasters, so I'm not sure what their plan of attack is in this regard. But
Okay.
regardless, I imagine they have other healers besides them. It wouldn't make sense to have the kings be medics and rulers at the same time.
Yeah.
Um,
So maybe it would be a good idea to go to.
I'm not going to go to Karuga's yet. Let me talk to her first, and she needs to
Okay.
know the risks before we do anything.
Oh, all right. I guess my point, if you were trying to see the kings, is that they had a very long list of people to see, and until they tell us we can see them, I do not think we'll do anything to go say yet again, we would like to see the kings, please.
Fair.
Yeah, you do know that the rough potential time is in like 2 hours, and not right now.
So if not Kirugo, then what?
That's what I thought. I thought we were I thought those 2 hours had elapsed. Is what I thought.
No. Because the Mindscape time goes at a crawl, so it's much quick. Also, you only went in there, chatted, had a fight, and then chatted again. So
Yeah.
not a
You
lot
mean
of
to tell
time
me
has passed
Severe's like,
anyway.
Go to sleep. Boom. Oh my God, get out!
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
15 minutes, maybe?
leave.
It's spicy.
Yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
also the time we spend in Nirja's mind is almost like the astral plane, right? So it's like minutes.
Nearly.
Yeah.
Astral plane is nearly not moving at all.
Okay.
But it is a faster, but it's like negligible. Not a lot of time
Okay.
has passed.
I'm sorry, you do not want to go to Kirugo now because why?
Well, if Rylan understood that piece, then he
No,
would-
that was for
follow.
Vhalen. Vhalen said he
As
wanted
soon
to
as he gets out, I need to talk to her first. We have inconvenienced her far too many times.
Oh, magically, perhaps my point was to talk to her. You have to go to her. But
Agreed.
if you are,
I don't know the nature of this curse. It could be piggybacking on something
you-
else. It could.
You think it's a curse? I could do that. And he'll start to cast remove curse and then realize that he doesn't have energy.
Genuinely
I guess-
feel like Rylan ran back to walked into frame.
circles me back to if we are going to her to learn what it is, but we will not ask for help because we don't know what it is, then what are we doing?
Here's the thing: if the kings have the ability to fix Severe, then I'd imagine that they'd have the ability to do the same to us. So-
Again, do not think it would be the kings. People will be doing so.
Well, right. The king within the king's power, including its
Sure.
subjects.
So you would like to
But-
wait to see if their healers can then
No,
heal.
I would like to talk to Kadu about this just to get some more information. But again, I have a stone I can contact her with. I just need to be outside
Okay.
the palace to do that.
That was the crucial bit. All right.
Right.
If you would like to send a message, all right? I again can attempt magic to help you. It will have to be tomorrow.
Okay. I appreciate that, and I should.
I could do it in an hour.
In an hour?
It depends on what it is, but yeah, he'll walk outside the palace and then engage that stone whenever makes sense, and then we'll attempt to contact Kadugu.
All right. What are you gonna say?
It's morning still, right?
It's afternoon.
Yeah, it's afternoon now. Yeah.
Okay,
I think it was 1:00 then ish.
Good afternoon, shit's fucked.
pretty much. Good afternoon. I gotta write this down because I can't do this off the top of the noggin. There's too many details. Come back to me in a second.
I'll come back to you. Did you swap Rusi back? Is that what that means? Okay. Rusi is
Notepad,
back.
why did you launch twice?
How confident is Ryland in the remove curse plan? Can I even fathom
mean,
if that would work? Is there a
based
way
on
that
my
you'd be able to tell, or
observation,
is just confident because
You are 100% confident in all of your plans.
that as well. Arcana, if Ryland wants to take a second to be like, can I?
I think he'll ponder on the way. It's like,
Okay.
I think
that's
this really will work.
Yeah. Nenders needs a little bit of time. So if there's anything else the other
Yeah.
characters want to say or do, obviously, we got some time.
Other than waiting to see if the kings will be talking to us, and this maybe okay, you rolled high, good for you. I was very distracted by Flandy. And possibly talking to Kuruko. Did we need to do anything else today? I was hoping to stop by and drop things off with my family, so I will be doing that at some point. But is now a good time to do that, or should I wait?
Let's go that way. Let's just make our way that way. I think it would be a good idea for all of us.
I
to
suppose
go.
you are all welcome to come. Yes, I did not want to take anyone's time, but
It's all right. I think I for one could do with a very nice walk and being in the moment, and maybe we can chat about a few things.
all right, fine. I'll start walking. People can come with me.
You okay, Flandy? You all right?
Freaking out. You roll a 17, you can't handle it.
No, I just got a headache.
Incredible.
Oh,
Oh, you do? Oh,
well, yeah,
you,
magical one. We're trying to fix it.
Getting into character, guys.
Very
That's the
meta.
wrong way to do it. No, but as you consider what this is, you haven't really encountered a ton of curses like this. Something that is sort of ever present and triggers on a specific thing is unusual. I think Ryland would have enough information to essentially say, as dumb as this sounds, you're not sure. It doesn't seem to fit any curse that you've seen, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's not a curse. This is unique, whatever it is.
He's gonna kind of walk out of it like he's gonna have a little bit of doubt, but the positivity is gonna gleam through. He's like, I know it's gonna work.
I got this. I got this. All right. So I know toast. Ooh.
hi, Toast.
He's demonstrating his foot fetish.
Yeah.
Walker Bless, by the way, that's gone now.
Yes.
Oh, Bless
correct.
is gone. Okay.
Bless is only a minute. Yeah. Just the walk out would have been way more than a minute. So it is already that shit's
And
already gone.
Intellect Fortress is also gone.
No,
Nope,
that's
it's up for an hour.
Yeah, you have some time on that.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
ready.
so you
when
good?
are.
Okay,
Yes.
all set.
Good afternoon. I could use more of your help. I have a curse of sorts, prevents verbal casting, received it fighting a demon. Didn't want to impose.
And yet,
That is
My
an
math's off,
amazing
but that's
message.
27 words. You were talking kind of fast.
What's up?
I was counting and I got 27, but
27. Are you counting my contractions?
maybe not.
Okay.
I was counting. I had a little. I had two under. I think. Anyway,
Yeah, I
Um,
should be under, but yeah. I'm sorry.
a slight pause before you hear. I could possibly help. Use a side entrance when you come here.
I didn't know there
We'll
was
find
a
it.
side entrance. I'll find it. Got it. Yep.
step out the back.
Yep. But that's what she speaks to you, at least.
Okay.
There was conversation about going to see Kidoso's parents, and I don't know if you're marching off at this
I started
exact
walking
second.
that way because I got affirmations from Nerdja, but we could absolutely go see Kurugo, and I can do this by myself. That's totally fine. It doesn't need to be.
Oh, it's more the idea that like if you are headed that way, that Vhalen would notice or Helda would notice. Like the rest
Yeah.
of your team is
You-
around as well.
Please go see his parents. I'm gonna go see Kurugu.
Well, that's
Probably
more
with
important.
Ryland. Well, Ryland could come with me, and obviously Kevin will as well. So I think it's an okay split.
Okay.
As
I'm
far
more
as
than
I'm
happy to
concerned.
do that.
I'd rather not have cursed teammates in front of your parents. If that,
It would be fine.
we don't know the extent of these curses.
The extent of the curse is to be that you cannot use magic, and you need to use
so
magic.
far.
We really don't know what it is, Kiroso.
Correct.
And while I understand what you're saying, I kind of
Yeah.
agree with Vhalen. We don't want it to spread too far, but I would
Hey,
love to meet
parents,
your
we said
parents.
hello, and that we're sorry we couldn't be there.
Yes.
Yes.
You just say so.
Um,
Again, I'm not insisting you come. I didn't want to take up anyone else's time, but if that is also fine.
It would be
Oh,
great to
and,
meet them.
Give him these, and he'll produce two roses, assuming you have two parents, and
So
he'll
this
give you
was-
the typical blurb. They'll turn to dust in one day, and we are scentless, but they look
Oh.
very pretty.
Thank you, Ryland. Actually, on that note, Kidoso, can we pick up anything nice for meeting your parents and saying hello? Do they like? What
I
do
just
they
want a second for clarification. Who is Ryland? Ryland, who are you handing the roses to?
He was handing them to Grossa so he could give
I
them to
thought
his
so.
parents.
Nerja can appreciate the nice gesture, whether they were handed to her or not.
I just thought that like he was handing them to Kidoso, and you were just like, "Thanks." Would give them to his parents. Oh, no, that just made me laugh.
I think with the thanks, he'll produce one more for Nerja.
Oh,
know what?
oh,
I do genuinely. I might need one of. I can't remember where all those fish were stored. That's what I'm doing. Just dropping all those fish, and they're in somebody's bag, and it's one of these cursed boys.
Oh, it was probably mine then. Here you go. Here's your fish.
He's one of these cursed boys.
You did this.
Oh
Foos.
boy. Yeah, I did.
One of these curse boys.
okay.
One of
Oh,
those
she says.
Sells whole rolls.
Sorry. She says thanks to Ryland and helps with the fish transfer, maybe into Kiroso's own bag.
I mean, I don't have a magic bag.
No magic bag. Okay. I think. Do I have one?
Just holding some fish.
He has a regular meat rotting bag.
We don't have it in your bag. That is, we would have lost
I
those
have a
fish forever.
Bass.
I have a magic bag.
Oh,
So sometimes your
no,
bag
no,
will smell somehow.
no. We'll never get the fish back. Oh, I think I have a bag of holding. I actually have a bag of holding in my inventory.
Ryland would also
Goodness.
produce another rose for Helda as well. And on that note, I think he'll just, since he's already given out so many, he'll just give one to Kimmin and
Can I finish?
everybody gets a rose. And then he'll do the math and realize that he gave two to Kurosa, but he didn't give one for Kurosa, so he'll give him a third one.
All right. Well, as you hand one to Kevin,
Stabbed.
you watch him attempt to like basically slot it back into your armor while you're not looking. But like you turn into it, and he accidentally like jabs you in the neck. He was like, "Oh, sorry. It's beautiful. Thank you. I will cherish it."
You should. It doesn't smell bad, so it won't mess up your fighting.
Mm-hmm.
This. Okay. Turns away.
All right, let's go. We'll meet up at the house when we're done.
All right, so we are splitting into Team Kidoso's parents, which is Nirja, Kidoso, and Helda, I guess.
Mhm.
And then Team Cursed Boys, which is Ryland, Kem, and Vhalen. Is that
I
correct?
guess up to you
Correct.
if you'd rather come to deliver fish or you'd rather go to the magic shop and deal with curses. So I mean, you're
That's a
welcome
good
either way,
point.
Helda.
You can obviously choose whether you would like to go to Magic Shop or parents that are not yours.
Magic shop.
I mean, honestly, I don't think it either fits for her right now.
I mean,
But-
you go do your own thing too. Make it real complicated for Foos.
Nah, I think what she would do is she would go with the magic boy that I've been gimped a little bit right now.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
So we'll have you over there and the other two over yonder. Just checking one last thing.
She's checking one last thing. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
All right, sounds good. So we're gonna have the two groups essentially splitting up a little bit. Kiroso, your parents are they always made sure that they were close to the infinite, as you were as well. Although they are on the other side of the city, so it is a bit of a walk, but it's still very close to the water. So wow, this music is still on the tension because of that, and it sounds really weird when I'm like, your parents live on, and it's just like dum 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 dum. So let me change the
Don't
music
question
real
why
quick.
it's always dark and stormy at their house.
It's always very, very scary over there. Everything's fine, I promise. Okay, there we
The
go.
permanent rainstorm over their house is the source of water for the infinite.
It's all
Exactly, you
fine.
figured it out, and it's tears.
You'll
No,
get
but you
used
guys.
to the fact that you can always see a health bar with a red skull next to it above their heads. You should just.
Oh my god, that happened to me in fucking. This is just like a random tangent I'm going on because it made me laugh. Because when I was watching Rev, I was like, oh, so this is how the fight's supposed to go. I accidentally did an optional fight that is a level 50 fight at level 30. And they like slide you into the battle, so there's no way to turn around. So when I arrived, I saw the hit point bar and the skull next to it, and I was like, "No, you're right. I'll see myself out." I turned around, I couldn't leave, and I was like, Okay. The good news is I won. The bad news is it took 35 minutes, but I did it. And then when I saw Rev do it at level and later on, so he got a certain buff, and I was like, that took you 4 minutes. that seemed way easier. But yeah, anyway, the skull, the health bar reminded me of that ridiculous moment I put myself through by accident. So, Team Kidoso's parents, you guys are going to take a little bit longer just because you have to navigate a good portion of the city. But Kirogu, the Midnight Scale is not terribly far from the palace. So, as Team Cursed boys and lady head over to there, please give me an investigation check as you were directed not to use the front door, but instead a side door. So
And
this
then
is...
I get an advantage because she has faith that I'll find it, right?
Your DC is essentially lowered, but you do not get.
You can have my roll.
Yeah. Well, in that case, if you do want to give someone else advantage and not roll Flandy or Ryland, you can do that. In which
I think
case,
Ryland's like helping in the background. He's just like getting distracted by shit that's going on.
all right, then I think Kevin would do the same. So Helda and Vhalen, please roll investigation at advantage.
Okay.
Also, I did send
That's
Rusi with.
for the other one.
Ooh.
Lucy's over there. Okay. Whew!
Yeah.
Let's go. Vhalen, as you're kind of trying to search for it, I think like the hands that like the pressure around your neck is still kind of bothering you. So you're not as sharp or as keen as you would normally be in this situation. So you're looking, and you're not quite catching it. But Helda, after a little bit, within like a minute or two of kind of walking around the building, it is kind of in an open space, and it's relatively open to everyone else and like even traffic and such. But along the very back side, you do notice that it's not necessarily against the wall, but against the sand itself. You can see sort of like a slight glimmer of seams against the very, very sandy floor that is here, the sandy ground. Perhaps another entryway.
I think like her old training would kick in, just like you start just throwing signs up with her hands.
Are you okay?
She's dancing.
Sorry. I think we can get in through here.
Oh, you found it.
I think so.
All right. Can you open it?
Can I open it?
Give me an Arcana check.
What's that? I think I don't have Arcana. I should, because it makes sense for her character, but I don't think.
Just use
I,
kick.
I do not.
Did you guys
Okay.
know that these shutters repeat every 15 houses?
You're looking at shutters right now?
You could bring it
They're
up with
really
the city
nice.
planners.
Oh, goodness.
Kind of shutter zoning
Oh,
laws.
you did roll Arcana. I'm sorry. I don't, because it was the investigation 14. My brain was like, that's the same roll. I don't know why. It's not terrible. As you are kind of looking over the seams of it, you can kind of make out that this is clearly some kind of door, but it likely takes a little bit of focus just to get in, or perhaps a magic item that would allow you to. But it doesn't look like a focus or would work like a door. You kind of recognize that it would probably work more like a portal of some kind. If you activate it, you should be able to just jump through, but you have no idea how to activate it.
Just walk into it face first.
I think this is okay. I think this is more your wheelhouse.
I'll take a look. So it would require a spell focus or a specific item.
Either you
Okay.
choose.
He's gonna bring a staff to it, which he uses as a focus, and then see if he can channel any energy in or out. Is it a push or pull channel a door?
That's
All right.
a roll up.
Please give me an Arcana check.
By the way,
Okay,
she's going into a stance right now, just in case something comes out.
Was that?
Incredible.
Hey, look, no, please. There's nothing but civilians here, and friends. Really, more importantly, I don't need you hitting somebody with a roundhouse if they're just coming to see if we're here.
None of these houses have been round, Vhalen. They're all pretty square.
This
Advantage, right?
is gonna be a long day. All right. Was that an advantage? I didn't catch it.
Yes, it had advantage.
Okay, got it.
I'm just over here rolling bananas like all the
Ooh.
rolls.
I'm rolling all
Let's
over the place, man.
go.
I've rolled low, I've rolled high.
I just
Mostly
meant like the
pretty
number
good,
of
though.
rolls.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. The amount of absolutely.
He does not have the
you-
leaderboard, surprisingly.
Oh yeah, okay. As you kind of focus and use your staff, a part of you is a little grateful that the first time in a little bit you've actually had an opportunity to use some magic that doesn't require any kind of verbal component, which means you don't have to worry about that annoying feeling around your neck. And as it starts to kind of spark and recognize just the arcane pattern of your magic alone, it almost feels as though you're kind of like deciphering a magic puzzle in real time. But Vhalen seems to kind of breeze through it very, very quickly. And soon after, you see the seams that are there start to illuminate with sort of like a purplish blue kind of field around it, which kind of lights up the entire doorway that is down there. And as Helda recognized, it looks as though it is meant to be jumped into. Now, Vhalen, you see all of this glowing happening very clearly. The rest of the team does not.
I have the door open if you just want to jump in there. I know it sounds ridiculous, but trust me.
Rylan jumps.
Same thing. Helda is not at all confused. It doesn't look weird to her at all. She doesn't understand why he would call this weird.
Yeah,
Human
you
portal.
hop in. You watch as this is almost a test of faith in your teammates, and all three of them jump in without question.
I have that going for me.
Yep. And I assume you hop in.
Yeah, Valen jumps
well.
last. Yep.
Yeah, if he wasn't hurrying up, you see Helda's hand just sticking out like.
Yeah.
You all actually fall a bit of about like 15 or so feet until you hit solid ground. Ryland, you're the only one that this kind of looks vaguely familiar. There was a sort of interrogation of some kind happening in this room last you were here, and now it seems as though you four are within this room. Certain runes seem to be all alight along the edges of this room, and that same kind of color that you saw the door starting to glow, Vhalen, you notice that seems to be swirling in circles in this space that you find yourselves in. As you do, my cursed boys, charisma saving throws at advantage, please. Or disadvantage, excuse me.
Nullified because I still have, you know.
Yeah. So it's at flat roll, please.
I'm in Valen's aura, right?
You are in Ryland's aura, incredibly.
Awesome.
Does this feel like? Ooh.
Wow.
Does this feel like something
sorry.
Rylan would want to fail?
That's a lot of ones today for your boy.
No, this is a
Okay.
new kind of feeling, unfortunately. So I don't think you would have any understanding coming into this.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if he was
Good
like
question.
knowing
Yeah.
the very little bit that he knows about Garugu, if this would be some like
Yeah.
wanna,
It's mostly just because this is a very new experience. So.
Your
That
averages
is-
weren't way up.
Beautiful. That is
Listen,
beautiful.
together you guys rolled a 20.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. So while you find yourselves in this space, Ryland, you come down before Vhalen, but the moment your feet kind of touch the ground and you see all the runes flare up, you see sort of like tendrils of arcane power coming from each one of these and kind of locking into your figure for a second. And it almost feels probing in some way, and you start to feel that buzzing coming back to your head. But you're able to kind of fight it off and not handle or not deal with it at the moment. As Vhalen comes in, very much the same thing. The tendrils remain within you, by the way. They still kind of like crackle
excellent.
and move, even though they're attached to Ryland, who passed. But Vhalen, you feel them kind of bind onto you as well. And you immediately feel your throat just like crushed under the weight of those hands again. You are able to breathe, but you can only speak through wheezing and gasping at the moment. It is a little tough to keep your focus at the moment.
Fucking rude.
I'm beginning to see why lichdom would be appealing. Breathing is a labor.
Oh yeah, it has many benefits. I know that.
Are you okay?
I have questions.
I have
Always
questions if
questions.
you have coin, traveler.
Kajita's wares.
If you have coin. But you're here for another few seconds before, in sort of a rush of sort of blue and purple, similar to the colors that you see around here, Kurugu appears within the room. And as she kind of looks over the two who are kind of enraptured by these tendrils of magic from the runes that are around her and the space, you see her eyes kind of narrow on Vhalen for a moment before she starts weaving some kind of incantation, the runes all flaring up before dimming a bit. And Vhalen, you can feel the pressure relieved from your throat for a moment.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. No, I apologize.
Should I?
These are trained to contain problems, and the two of you have problems.
Yes. Thank you for entertaining this.
Okay. Tell me exactly what happened.
Our friend, the Dragonborn, I'm sure you've noticed due to your door that she is not of a normal, how do I say this, living person. Her weapon was acting as a phylactery, and still is, but had unintended demonic visitors who over time we've been slowly expelling, and the last one was probably the most vile of all. I have the name of it. Was a
Beer
well,
liquor.
it was a demogoth.
Demogoth.
It was
Yeah.
demogoth.
Damo aviation.
Yep.
Demo. Give me 1 second.
I wrote it DAEMO -goth.
And
Now I
Damo,
don't know
but
if that's me
Damo.
being a clown and trolling myself from the past, or if that's actually how it was spelled. but-
Trolling yourself from the past.
Flandy,
Why
I
would
just
you
rolled
do
a
that?
16.
16.
Yeah, but as you're saying that, you see her tilt her head for a second. And you... Okay, I do know what that is. Which means I might know what you have. They are unhelpful information, but they are usually very uncommon. What they are known to do is often called a blight heart. It usually means that you're poisoned in some way. It's meant to spread. I'm going to take a look, if you don't mind.
This is another time where I should have done protection from fucking poison foos.
Again, Flandy let us down.
Flandy, you get
Picking it up. I'm never
You're
letting
good.
it go.
Never. She's gonna do a quick check on you.
I'll put a spell on you.
All right. As she's investigating, she goes towards Vhalen initially, as the tendrils still seem to be latched onto you, but certainly way less aggressive. And as she comes forward, you see her kind of almost moving them around, just kind of like directing them to different spots on your body. And you very much see that all of them are redirected to your neck. As she does so, unseen to you because of the placement of it. But to the rest of your team, you see as the tendrils are kind of glowing against his neck in spots, that there seems to be almost what looks like a shard kind of glowing in the center of his neck. And there it is. Yes, this is a problem. So, this is the heart of it, and it will only grow from here.
Is that worth anything?
To the worst kinds of people.
Now
You see her stare at you after she says that. Okay. The problem is there are a few ways to get rid of this, and
I have a knife.
no,
If you want to start.
that's it. Binds with whatever perhaps arcane talents you may have. If you don't have any, then it finds something else. And I'm willing to bet that with the two of you, it found its own ways. If left for too long, eventually you'll lose your ability to use magic altogether.
Oh my god.
Again.
Again! Ryland's like,
trying to
shit,
keep me from being a paladin.
trying to take away your
Listen,
paladin.
fighters are almost as cool.
You see her kind of
for it.
moving over to Ryland and doing the same, sort of moving the tendrils, but rather than in the neck, you guys watch as they all formulate on like the top, like the crown of his head, pretty much. And you also see what looks like a shard, just kind of glowing after her tendrils seem to have found it. That's it. I know. I'm sorry.
I understand.
Okay.
What can we do? I
A
assume
couple
root
of-
curse won't be enough now that I know that it's a heart in my brain.
No. A greater restoration has a chance, but you would need to have the right environment and protect everyone else. It's meant to spread, not only in you, but in whoever else may be around. So, if you evict it from one, it can jump to another.
Seems exceptional.
And why is it valuable to people?
It's the Maybelline eyes all over again.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's a different way to spread some kind of influence, depending on what it is. Whoever has it can manipulate things as they want.
Yeah, Vhalen, you just see her staring at your throat and just scribbling in her drawing pad.
All right. So greater restoration.
Greater
find out.
restoration with either another target where you can shunt the shard to, or you must fight off whatever comes out.
I actually have something for this. Maybe. Here, I've been working on the spell.
Brings out his book.
Shows her soul transference. And then he digs in his bag for one of the silver cages.
Oh, Do you have someone in mind?
I'm not sure I follow.
You would need someone. You
Who
can't
died?
trap this in it. You need to trap someone else's, and then
Oh. I was hoping we could hijack the essence and transfer it
It's
to a cage.
not a soul.
Okay. Is it like an
Picture it like a seed, like a weed that just grows.
Oh,
does the
those can grow
person
with a
have
lot
to
of-
be living?
No.
What's the option to not transfer, but to get rid of it as a whole? I don't know if I'm
There
comfortable
are-
putting this disease in something else.
There are very few living examples who have a blight heart in them. So it's a little hard to say, but it could be a war within the mind, it could be a physical war, it could be a fight for your very body. A lot of options, not all of them good.
Boo.
Can I assist with willingly ejecting this from me?
Into
I have a person in mind,
Ah,
but it is
if
very dangerous.
if you, no matter how we do this, it's not willing to leave you. Like a weed, it will pull up much dirt when you pull it out.
Yep, that tracks. Okay. All right. I don't want to drag you into that then. And I don't want to drag you into unwilling or morally dubious situations. I need to transfer it to someone. I know who I want to,
Get a drum.
but
I would not be cool with that plan. I think Vhalen knows that.
Or
no, Valen
lizard.
thinks she'll be cool with this plan.
Phelan's positive you'll be cool with this plan. Oh my goodness. But I think I'm actually going to leave you guys here for a moment
Yeah.
as you are considering the news and everything that all the decisions you may have to make very soon. And head over to our super different mode, just having a good time walking through the city, about to meet some parents. A trio, I believe. You sent Rusi with them as well, right? Okay.
Yep.
So there's a very
babysitter.
happy dog. Yeah,
She's
the-
in charge.
the babysitter, who last time was immediately caught as you guys were attempting to kind of stealth.
Yeah.
The good news is I don't believe she's trying to stealth this time. So she is
Oh.
just happily bounding along beside you two as you make your way through the city.
I did not realize he was going to send. I'm not upset that you are here, Lucy. I just do not know for certain you will be welcomed inside. They do not keep pets.
Her tail is just wagging the whole time, and it's just
Vhalen would have tried to like induce a conversation before they left. Like, y'all take Rusi with you too, because I think she'll do better with y'all than in the magic shop.
okay. I'm coming with
Say
you.
hello.
Hi. So Kiroso, just wondering, is it sometimes when we visit like friends, parents, and things like that, we usually bring something, whether it's like food or something useful. Is that customary for you?
I do not normally bring all sorts of people to be meeting my parents. I'm sure would be appreciated. It's not necessary. I'm bringing them fish because I bought many fish in Waterdeep because they are hard to get here.
Right.
Understatement of the year.
Understandable. Yeah, because usually when that happens, we bring tea or we bring something of use.
How often? Hold on. How often are you all visiting each other's parents? Apparently, Vhalen did this. I meant to follow up with you without asking you, and that seemed to upset you.
Right. I'm talking more about like in Dragonborn culture. I haven't met anybody's. No, met Ryland's parents. Sorry, no, I met Ryland's parents. I'm not too familiar with them either, but it just seemed that they were very happy that we were there. And
To be fair, I have not met his parents. I was not allowed to know where they live.
Right. And it was under very specific and very special circumstances that even I was permitted to see them. And even then, I felt like, regardless of what I brought, that would mean it's not like I'm trying to balance that very great privilege that they bestowed upon me, but it almost felt like a gift would cheapen that sort of gesture.
Yeah, I mean, to meet them will be much like meeting anyone else. They are not originally from here, but they've lived here for a long time.
Okay. So I was just thinking, because in Dragonborn culture, that's what we kind of do, just bring somebody like either wine or tea or just something that they would enjoy. So if that's not customary, then I won't.
In that it would be as polite as it would be for anyone else. To meet anyone's parents, you would bring a gift.
Yeah, or
just to meet anyone.
right. Well, yeah. If it's a good friend, you're coming over. Just meeting family members. Family is a big part of our culture. So, like, it's almost like when you go to your friend's house, they're welcoming you almost into the family, not necessarily like literally being adopted, but like because they let you cross the threshold, they let you, um, partake of their food and things like that. It's I guess a little more significant. It's almost like being adopted, but not really. Like you're one of the circle almost. I don't think I'm describing this very well.
I do not think my parents have ever put such significance on their home. It is a place that you are welcome to. Most people
Okay.
would be.
Okay. And it seems like, well, Ryland gave them flowers and whatnot. I'm not sure.
That seems to be something Ryland would just like to have done, and certainly not something that needed to be. Though now I'm wondering if I should have brought something as a to have come to your home with the preventers, knowing that he's part of your home.
well, our parents are not there, and also we're kind of a mix of cultures, so it's a little more
So it is
lax.
a parent-specific thing. It is not any Dragonborn.
Oh, well, in Dragonborn society and culture, yes. For Valen's culture, I'm not sure. I don't think parents are a thing. I'm very confused about that.
Based
You also
on
are super aware that he's an orphan.
Oh, sorry.
based on his
Never mind.
interactions with other
Redact.
people and Kemen's, I am a no, but I am. It is not fair to judge all Githyanki by these two individuals. But if I were to do so, none of them have very many friends.
Yeah. I don't keep very many friends either. Like we're very
It is not
particular.
required.
Right. No, I understand that. Sometimes, what is it? I heard a common phrase once that, if you want to know a measure of a person, you count their friends. But we in Dragonborn culture, it's more of like, who are your friends? The sort of quality of it. So that's a cultural difference. I don't even know about Helda.
I'm sure Helda has had many friends, and sadly, she cannot remember.
Yeah.
But she has some new friends. And I will say this, as much as I poke fun at her social skills, they are fiercely loyal to one another, especially, but also to this group. So they have certainly found friends. And just the juxtaposition of talking about how they don't have very many friends and apparently Nurja having a select few is I've constantly called people by name and said hello, just what's up? Oh, hey, how was that thing you told me about last time I saw you?
And if that's the case, she's going to say, are they all your friends? Are they acquaintances? Do you know everybody?
I know a good many people, but I mean, what is the nature of friendship? How far would you go for any person that you are friends with? Is there varying degrees? How do you rank your friends? I am kind and friendly with most peoples, and many of them I have known from around the city. I've wandered, now I have been associating with the preventers, and I think there is many good things to have come from that already, and I'm glad to help. But before I would somewhat wander some of the roads to make sure that travelers were seen safely, and I wonder, in particular, the Infinite, which is often visited by many peoples. So as a constant presence there, I am exposed to a large portion of the city I might not if I stayed in just a specific neighborhood.
Oh, I see. So your community, your circle is quite far.
I would call this whole city, but the desert is my community. But that is more of a
desert,
order of nature.
like an environment rather than people.
Yes, but also the people in it. That is what makes it a home.
Okay.
But I have made a connection with the Infinite and with this place that holds it. So that means the dunes outside these walls, but also the city itself, and of course the waters that give all of it life.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. It's kind of tough for me to think about it that way. But like in a sense, to sort of talk about it from an example standpoint, like I would consider you a friend because you've gone through with me all of these things. And if I wanted you to meet either my mother or my father, I would introduce you to them. I, of course, would help you like pick out tea or something to bring to meet them. So that would be for you, everybody here that you've been saying hi to, like that's part of your community, and they all sort of work to get together as one.
Many of them do know me, but do not know one another. They all have their communities within the city, large and small. I suppose it is a reflection of Druidic teachings. I spent much time reading some literature from the Druidic teachings of orders. My parents brought a good number of books there. I suppose you would say scholarly. They were interested in the infinite, and that brought them here. But so I have some stories and notions from far away. But until Waterdeep, just recently, I had not seen that type of coast. That was new to me. I've grown up in the desert. But there are druids here, and the perspective you learn is a much broader one. I am friendly with many peoples, but I also know that in 100 years, 200 years, the desert, the city, the water will remain. There will be people, but they will be different people. And that is both a happy thing and a sad thing. The city will not end, peoples will not end, but the faces change. And it is sad that you see faces that you know lost to time, but not to memory. But you get new faces, new peoples to meet. And it is more important that all of it remains than any one person.
So Nirja is just gonna like be lost in thought, and like essentially the lady with all the math around her head, like just thinking about everything that Kiroso is saying and just sort of being in the moment with him while they walk, and just that's it. Never mind.
I am noticing it may be a difference of thinking that leads. Panic is a strong word, but you all feel things intensely, and I do not feel things. But what is happening today will not be happening tomorrow, or next week, or next year, or 10 years. And as with all crises, they have come and they have gone. And whether we perish fighting some great evil altogether or not, the world would keep turning. And it, especially in the desert, the sun outshines the darkness more often than not.
And that makes a lot of sense. I think one of the reasons why we're kind of we're stressing about this is that what you're kind of alluding to is that there's a natural order of things, a progression from one thing to another, and there are dominoes that just naturally take their course, and we're also one of those dominoes, but we realize we are the dominoes, and we have to make what the way we fall, we have to make sure that we fall correctly, because we're not necessarily in the correct position to fall and knock the next domino over to end the crisis. Does that kind of make sense?
It makes enough sense.
Okay.
You are not wrong to be concerned of this Soul Seeker Dragon and the various problems we have already faced. All of them seem urgent as you speak of them and need to be addressed immediately. And while I would tell you, I certainly think the dragon should be dealt with. And it should not be left forever. But it has already been several days, and we are all still fine. It will eventually perhaps be too late. But we should act when we are ready, and we should not... I suppose the idea that worrying about something has never solved a problem.
Sometimes when I worry about things, I go over the solution in my head.
Preparation is not worrying.
Preparation. Oh, preparation.
Seeing a problem and preparing for it is not the same as worrying. Perhaps worry has led you to preparation, but it is not necessary to lead you there.
I guess I would consider worry just stressful consideration.
And that there is, I would say, a problem. But people are stressed, and that is true of many people in all walks of life.
I'm just impressed that you, if you'll pardon the pun, I guess, go so well with the flow of things, because it just sometimes I'm worried about the flow. I'm worried that that the flow will end up hurting somebody unnecessarily. And I understand, again, there's a natural order to things,
is
but
not
that's all.
an invalid worry.
Mm.
The difficulty is knowing when the current is so strong you cannot swim against it. Or that will lead you surely to drown. I mean, not me, because I can breathe underwater.
Yeah,
But the
I get that.
difficulty comes when the river is too wide to know. If
Mm-hmm.
the shore is right at your fingertips, then you can swim against the current and change the outcome.
Yeah, and try to.
The metaphor starts to fall apart at a point. But
It still makes a lot of sense. I guess just the what is so impressive to me is that none of this overwhelms you. Like I can think about individual people. That's much easier for me to parse. Whereas you're thinking about the whole big picture, and it's.
I'm not even necessarily always. I think sometimes when in my time with Jewel, as we talk through a problem, we will talk through it and mention some problems and some solutions, and then we will be back at the start mentioning the same problems and solutions because they are big problems and they cannot be solved right away.
Mhm.
So it seems to be talking them through. But if I were to be in a situation where one might get overwhelmed, I do not have to think about the whole problem. I can only think about, or only need to think about, the very next thing I would do. And then you do that, and then there will be the very next thing after that, and the next time. You take one step, and another step will present itself.
Yeah, I certainly think that way in an emergency. I think that's why I do so well as a fighter. But yeah, some of the other things, I don't know how either you or Vhalen keep most of this straight. But I know that we'll come up with a solution eventually, and I really hope that they are able to help or get help from Karugo.
Well, as I was saying to them, if they cannot be helped today, I have to think on the magics. But there is healing magic within my grasp. I just need to think on it.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
so in the morning, there are spells I can try.
Sounds like a good idea. Now that the last demon is gone, I sort of want to take your advice and Ryland's advice, and I think all of us should go to one of the bathhouses if at all possible. I know that we need to go after the Soul Seeker dragon as soon as possible, but I think I know it's a little bit imminent danger with Ryland's people and whatnot, but I don't know how we could track that thing right now.
According to Ryland, his people have a way.
Okay.
So we will track it as best we can. And whether we track it well or track it poorly, we will track it and we will fight it. We will fight it again. And hopefully this time we can do more to finish it.
Yeah, I hope so too. I hope there's a way that we can ground it somehow. Like, how would you ground a dragon? How would you prevent
I
it
have
from
that exact magic, and it shrugged it off with very little difficulty.
Oh,
The problem with all types of dragons, or many powerful creatures, is magic slides off of them. But there is magic, and I can use it, and I will try to do so. But we will see how effective it is.
Slides off like Flandy right now.
I know. I'm so distracted by that. Trying to have this board. No, but so yeah, we it's just another interesting puzzle.
I think often the problem is that when you have power, which this group certainly does, to help, there is a pressure to help and an understanding that you could have helped. And if you do not help, then are you to blame? And I would say if your neighbor's house is on fire and you can put it out, do so.
Yeah.
But if the house 3 doors down is on fire, or the next block is on fire, or the next town is on fire, when is the problem not your fault?
That's an interesting way of putting it. I didn't think of it like that. Well, to me, it seems the Soul Seeker Dragon is the house on fire next door.
It is something we can address, and so we should.
Yeah. Especially because both Helda and I are very mixed up with that thing.
Yes, it does not like the both of you in particular.
It really doesn't like Helda. It really doesn't like Helda.
While you two are walking, I need a d20 from one of you.
Oh,
Gonna get kidnapped.
No, Joe, roll that fucking shit. Roll it, Joe. Joe.
You want it to be low?
You probably.
Yeah, she's.
no, I'm notorious for rolling
All
like
right, I'll
spicy
roll it.
choices.
I'm happy to roll it. If
Oh,
everyone can be low.
Don't let me roll.
Thank you for being a good sport. Obviously, we're joking. But
No,
I'm not joking.
I'm
Roll
not.
that shit.
I'm not. This is true. It's true. I got Streambender kidnapped. Absolutely
it's
not.
been. It was one of those like she had a poor like a super duper negative streak and we banned her for a little bit. The one time she tried again, it was something horrible again. And we're like, never again.
Yeah.
I need a d20 from either of you.
All right, go ahead.
Well, all right.
Whose cares not where the dude 20 flows, only that it flows.
Lucky number 13.
Oh,
Friday
yesterday was Friday
13th.
the 13th.
I
It was.
need a d6.
D6. I roll that one too. You want to roll it, Bogley?
Oh, let's make it ugly.
All right.
Mm-mm.
All right. I'm not
Nope,
responsible for
This
this.
is way too excited for this.
So like these are all bad. Like, let's go.
They're all terrible.
I've been trying
The
to
dead
figure
man.
out. I've been trying to figure out how to make my weapon +4. No idea how to do that.
I'll do it for you.
Thank you.
That's
Did you
like
drag
side.
the
Everything else.
+4 Myth Majesty from the compendium?
Yeah. Oh, it's in the compendium. Thanks.
It's not. It absolutely is
I
not. I'm just giving
appreciate
you-
it. I know.
She's
I know.
being a shit. Yeah. Oh my god. I just.
Oh,
my
that's where it is.
I just had a moment where I was just kind of jokingly, wait a minute. Okay, well that looks like that hasn't been correct for a while, which is fantastic. Okay, there we go. The first thing that popped into my head was, oh god, I forgot his freaking name. Oh, George Carlin. please take this well. This is a joke, and I do not mean anything terrible by it. But he was making fun of like how some people can't park. He's just like, oh, they've been driving this thing for 30
4
years.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't know where it fits yet. And I was like, we've only been in Roll 20 for years.
Yep.
Don't know where it goes yet. No, you're
Nope.
good. I got it.
I have no idea.
Everything's fixed. You
Thank you.
are all set and ready. No worries. But as you two are closing in on Kudoso's family, you're home at least.
Closing in.
Closing in. You're closing
We
in.
have
on
been
it. It's
surrounded,
okay,
boys.
don't
Target's
worry.
inside.
Command
Yeah.
at my command.
Kudoso, as you are getting closer to a very familiar sight, as per usual, along the way, you've been getting some friendly kind of like waves in your direction, various familiar faces that recognize you, but also recognize that you're in conversation and they're not interrupting said conversation. And for the most part, like plenty of people know you well enough to have, at the very least, give you eye contact. And I think that's part of the reason why this stands out for a couple of reasons. As you kind of close in within like a block or two of your home before you notice someone who seems to be kind of not rushing off, but walking with purpose, seemingly away in the opposite direction, but kind of down the block from where you are. And you have seen this person before, and that was part of the reason it caught your attention. But from behind, you do recognize that Kairu seems to have been leaving in the direction of where your home or the home of your parents were, and is currently walking in the opposite direction.
What that means? Why are you doing things?
Y'all were chatting up a storm, and I was like, I haven't had the roll city encounter in a moment.
That's true.
Your parents are dead.
I mean, maybe.
Who wants the world to know?
It's the house next door that's on fire.
Got to let them show.
Poetic justice.
I guess we'll
Yes,
find out when
okay.
we get there if there's anything.
On that fantastic note, I have to pee so bad. So you're gonna see that, and then we gotta take a break. 'Cause I gotta pee.
You're gonna
Oh.
see your next door neighbor on fire. All right.
Yeah.
Dead, super dead. But no,
Is
we're
it
gonna take a
Irene's
quick.
parents?
We're gonna take a quick. No, remember there. No, I did not. Every time Irene's parents come up, it just reminds me of the worst line I've ever said in my life while I laughed. So we're gonna go and take a quick 10-minute break. It's
I give
10:20.
you
We'll be
Kentucky
back.
Fried your parents.
Your Kentucky Fried Parents were not my fault.
Oh my god.
It's so bad. And I'm
Yay!
a terrible person, but it makes me laugh because I'm a bad person. We're gonna take a break. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
Dubs hug your wife. Juan.
It centered you late, and I think that's the best part. that's the hint that you were in here. 5 means we're live. We're back. Took a quick break. It's really hard to
It's
speak.
hard, man.
It's gonna be a tough night. I'm telling you right now, I'm struggling already. But we're back. And our lovely walking duo has headed over to Kiroso's parents' house. They are just kind of closing in on it now, while the rest of the team is currently in the midnight scale in one of her sort of pocket dimensions, in which she has diagnosed them with a light heart. It's currently kind of walking them through a few options. We are going to actually pop back into our blight-hearted folk and kind of continue that for a bit after Kiroso did just see a familiar and unsavory person walking not too far away from them. But
to be clear, he was walking down the. I didn't see him leaving my parents' front yard. I saw him just down the street.
He wasn't leaving their front yard, but like the way he was coming was in the general direction of your parents' home. So it seems like he was
could have
leaving
been coming from there, but he could have just been walking past there.
Correct.
He's infiltrating.
He wasn't like, I am walking away from the doorway of your parents.
He's trying to be your new daddy.
Hate that. Hate it.
That went a different direction.
But yeah, we'll pick up with you guys in this chat with Kurugu. Let me move you guys back over. As you are having some chats about some demon shit. But you were just kind of going over the options that are laid out before you.
So I have a couple of ideas.
Of course.
Could the expulsion be the spell to do it be put on a scroll?
Possibly.
Isn't that usually like more divine in nature?
No,
I thought
spells.
you can make those into scrolls.
Exorcisms and things like that dwell in the arcane primarily.
It could. It would. It could.
Okay. Kevin.
You said scrolls, and then you said my name. I think
did.
you made a mistake.
If you were to say, want an audience with the queen, how would you go about that?
Oh, you are still making mistakes. That's the plan?
It's a good one.
It's a wow one.
I think Rylan gives you like a slight tap upside the back of the head, like you've lost your mind.
Wait, what's
we're
the plan?
alive because she allows it. I'm pretty sure he's just planning on poisoning the queen, just casually.
She will end because she demands it. Sorry, Mass Effect quote continue.
I approve.
Stamp of approval.
I look. It's two birds with one stone.
I don't know. Poison the queen, dirty.
It's a dirty thing to do.
To be clear, this is the Lich Queen. This is not lovely queen of Camelot.
Lovely queen of Camelot.
This is a
if she even allows it, and I feel like it allows it.
Mm-hmm.
When we're in her space, we can't do anything. So we're suddenly going to have to get full autonomy and then do that,
right,
and then hope she doesn't kill us on the way out.
I said an audience, a physical audience.
All right, so we get in, poison the queen, and we have to fight all of her honor guard on the way out, plus some dragons for flavor.
If I can cast, I can get us out.
Weren't you? The thumbs up. That's basically. I think
the timing
like,
of that, because it comes out like a thought bubble, and you had such an intense look of concentration.
I think Riley's gonna at this point was like, weren't you the one yelling at everybody to stop embarrassing you in front of the wizards?
Look, she's the perfect target. It gets her off our back for an indeterminate amount of time until she figures out how to get rid of it. Well, you know what? I take that back. She's probably just going to put it on somebody innocent. Never mind.
Get
If
a
she had
drone.
detects it at all, though.
Give me
Interesting.
a Arcana check as well as you're thinking through this.
I did ask if they had to be alive, and she said no. So
You
this
did.
is
No,
why...
yeah. I knew. That's why I was like, yeah, I see where you're going with this. That is not solid, not bad ground. But you are also realizing that not only would she likely put that on someone else, but part of the explanation that Kadugu gave was that it could be helpful for those with unsavory desires. It could potentially be reworked in a way to kind of reroute perhaps some kind of power or something back to a person. So if you do leave it with her, there is a potential that she could use it in worse ways.
Okay. It doesn't have to be alive, though. So what if I just animated a skeleton,
I
transferred
don't
it
think
to
those
it,
have
and then
souls, Vhalen.
dropped? I asked if it had to be living. I didn't ask if it had a soul.
No,
I think we know that it has to have a soul.
it
Hold on.
it physically spreads. It would eventually jump from your body to whoever else is closest, while remaining within you.
What timeline are we talking here?
A week at most.
Rylan,
Vhalen.
what do you think about going to the abyss?
Yes.
I think we have a lot of things on our plate. I also think that if we unleash this somewhere else, and it continues to spread, we might see it again, but in bigger force.
It came from the abyss, so it's not like it's out of its...
I think we'd have better luck finding the owner of it and putting it out of its misery for once and for all. He kind of twirls the mace of disruption in his hand.
But this infection is separate from its creator, is that not right?
I'm sure killing its creator would have some effect on. But I'm not sure.
It could, but again, most who have this don't live to tell about it. Not a lot of research to go off.
And you said this is bound to the physical body?
Yes. She says that you see her kind of eyes narrow on you.
I think you know what I'm going to ask you for.
My
I'm
thoughts
not
exactly.
sure you have it. But the alternative at this point is to transfer it onto something else, which is kind of gross even for me, and I don't like that particular avenue. But I don't see another elegant way out of this.
There is a way to stop its spread, but I fear it will render you as useless as you fear. Should you be in any environment in which magic is not permitted, then the spread will stop.
To keep myself in an anti-magic zone, that's just awful. Rylan, hypothetically, if you had to remove a square inch of your flesh, where would you start?
What? Why do you ask people that?
Well, let's see. I wouldn't go on my foot because we have to walk on those. I feel like I would feel that missing every time. Probably do something with my left arm because that's my not dominant arm. So maybe like the back of my arm. Why?
He just looks like You're muted, Foos.
She's like shaking her head a little bit. Thank you. Also, can we all just congratulate Notice for not saying a pound of flesh this time?
Yeah.
For once, it wasn't the
You know,
exorbitant
I've
number.
been wanting to lose some weight.
I feel like you're forgetting the very crucial like gestation period of that particular spell.
I don't think he is.
No, I'm not.
I think he's ignoring it.
Possible. If you need time, I do believe I have some devices that can attach to you to sever your arcane connections.
Could
Would I still be able to use my arm? Would that be like too much of a area that I like couldn't use it anymore? Also, why are we talking about hypotheticals of this nature? We have serious things to work on, Vhalen.
It's a solution for more than just this for you.
Cutting my flesh?
Thanks, Agnes.
Reapparating you into another body was a long-term solution I had for your facial scars. I have not gotten to that understanding of that level of necromancy yet, but it was a potential solution.
Give that up.
I've been applying it in more strategic ways. It has its uses.
Anyways, back to the if we tie our connections to our magical natures, it can slow down this thing.
Yes. Essentially, I can lend you these items and you can activate and deactivate them whenever you see fit. It will
I have some-
put a stop on the timer.
I have some bad news about that, at least for me. There have been quite a few times where I have not. Well, I was not supposed to be able to contact Unicorn Lady, but I was still able to, and I fear that whatever item you have might continue to allow me to do that, and be moved. Might work for Vhalen though.
Even if that is the case, talking to her is not based on arcane ties.
I think Ryland's like trying to think of how to. Because there was a lot of shit that he didn't understand that happened. He's like, you just see him pondering
Listen, ma'am, I'm just telling you what I know. I don't know.
in the middle of his like trying to put it back together. He goes back to the pound of flesh theory thing and is like, maybe not my arm because I need that to hold the shield and
Going
swing.
over all
But
of
if
these
it goes in my
different things.
leg, then I can't run.
I think also while you were here, she's kind of looking over the physical forms of all four of you. I imagine this just happened, right? You all look a little worse for wear.
Yes. It didn't work out well for Severe either.
I think he's fighting what's left of the entity.
He should be okay.
Insight check.
Tragically has
Okay.
no legs.
Yeah, go for it. Guy, he has legs. Oh God. Okay. Insight.
Ooh.
Oh,
Thank me. Let's go.
Yay!
Yeah, this bus is turning
where the hell?
around.
Oh, there
Let's
it is.
go.
Okay. This bus is turning around. Okay.
He's just seeing like if there's like actual like she believes that, or if there's like a hint of doubt in there, like.
You would recognize that there's some concern, but otherwise, it seems as though she believes what she says.
Okay.
What if we were to be So to get a clear understanding, there's an issue with resurrections on the material plane. Is there one in the astral that he knows of?
I haven't heard, but resurrections aren't such a common resource.
We have a friend who can do it.
And thus your plan is to...
It is the winter. He's not working as hard as the summer, so maybe he has a little bit more oomph to give.
If we intentionally leave our bodies and then in a vacuum, then come back.
Imagine that would jump to whoever tries to resurrect us.
My concern with some of these plans of yours is that if these are transferred to someone else or anything else, it will still grow. And whoever its seeds will continue to gain in strength.
We need to fight him and destroy it.
It may not come back for you should you shunt it to someone else, but it will be someone's problem someday.
How does a seed exist in perpetuity? There has to be something that removes it.
Each thing is difficult.
That's the beauty of weeds, Vhalen. You don't have to nurture them, water them, or feed them. They just find a way.
I guarantee you, if I burned the ground and salted it, they wouldn't find any way.
Over time.
I got plenty of salt. There's a lot of big seas out here.
But what you don't have is time. You've been telling me about the various things you have to tackle.
Unfortunately. Look, Kurugu, I understand that cutting off arcane power is a solution, but I am what you see here. An unskilled, crippled man.
It's a band-aid at best. You can put it on and at least grant yourself time. Correct. Hi, Codpiece.
Magic missile.
How's it going?
So can we get a codpiece emote?
No. I feel like that wouldn't even fly by the Twitch.
No,
that'd be great.
You have to get it approved. I'm pretty sure. Just be like.
Just call it nose guard.
What if it jumps to somebody and that person just dies?
That's
Probably
need
jumps
to
to
be
whatever's next.
alive. Remember?
We can kill something and not be near it.
Something else will eventually come near it.
Vhalen, you should be excited. This is
Not necessarily. Hold on.
We just gotta study, find some literature on this, and find it to the best of our ability.
What if
I
we kill
watched
something?
Joe blink in slow motion when you said that. It was like a 4-second blink.
There's like a 20% of me that said that just for Joe.
Oh my gosh.
We kill something, transfer it over, or we transfer it over to something else. Put it in like a bag of holding, for example. Kill it in there. There's nowhere else for it to go. It's in its own pocket dimension.
What I suggest
And we
is
dispose of it somewhere else.
you take these items from me, and you arcane dampen yourself while you rest, stop the growth as it is, and then you regain your strength and fight it at full strength. Remove it, but fight it.
How do you fight something that possesses people like this?
I don't even know what it looks like, but I think you can do a better job than most. But after you are rest. You see her look at Ryland's low hit point body just swaying.
As she's looking at him, there's a couple times where like it's he wants to ask something, but he like stops himself a couple times because like he's having an internal struggle of asking the question. And eventually he kind of is like, I hate to ask, do you have a room of this nature that might assist us in the event that we fail and it does spread?
You could do it here.
Would that be a burden on your abilities,
No.
or Brian looks to Vhalen? We have to fight it. We can't transfer it. I know that's the easy way out for you, but it's our mess. We got to take care of it.
I don't mind fighting it. I didn't know that was an option until recently.
I mean, that was the first option presented to you, but
It was? I must have missed it. I thought it was just like, we're stuck with this thing. That's why it's like, how the fuck do I get rid of this?
Valen's like, poison the gift Yankee Queen! What do you mean we can fight it?
No. Back to the queen.
I still want to poison it.
This is why sometimes NPCs repeat themselves.
Yeah.
You're good. Don't worry about it.
No, that's it. You know, it happens to the best of us.
I honestly wasn't sure if Vhalen was just having I got to give
I
this
just
to
thought you
someone
didn't
else.
want to fight it for reasons you haven't explained yet.
No, I'll fight it. He has no problem fighting monsters. Yeah, we'll fight it. We can fight it here.
So for the other stuff that you may have missed in is we might be fighting ourselves in that case. Like it might possess us or something like that. We're not 100% sure.
She
How the
has
fuck did I
no
miss this? Okay.
idea what that is.
Yeah,
All
that's,
right.
Okay, so just
Vhalen
for,
was like,
just for clarity, for meta purposes, she was saying the way you would fight it is essentially if like a greater restoration or something was cast, essentially whoever's casting that would need to pass something, meta terms, whatever, for it to even work. If it does work, then you have to fight whatever the fuck gets ejected out of your body. She doesn't know what that looks like.
Oh,
So,
what the hell are we not doing that?
I don't know.
I don't know,
I've been
Vhalen.
wondering.
You were
Yeah,
for the
I
one
thought-
driving the murder somebody else train.
I missed the second half of that. I heard the greater restoration, but it's like it might not work. And I'm like, all right, well, great. Now it's gonna
That's
jump.
what
it
happened.
might not work,
You heard
yeah.
it might not work.
Yeah.
Completely not an option.
yeah, it might not work.
You know what
Valen's
might
like,
work?
check that bitch off.
Give it to the gift queen. That
Yeah.
might work.
Even that was going to require the greater restoration. That's step one in either plan.
Oh my god. I
Oh,
also
that's why
just
you
love
asked
that it's
about
like
the-
she won't mind or catch and kill us. It'll be fine.
Or won't notice the instant you show up.
We're sneaky though.
Also, how do you get Rylan there?
We're sneaky, though, he says.
You're my servants or whatever. We'll be fine.
If we kick it out of Ryland, give it to Kevin, and the two of you go in there.
Oh no, God, no. Rylan would not. Nope.
I mean, he wouldn't tell you that until you got introduced, but
Hilarity and nonsense. All of for
With the
Valen brain not
trees, my guy.
found.
all right. So temporary amnesia
Oh my
aside, yeah,
God.
let's
Yeah.
get Kadrona on the phone.
Yeah, because
Get him on
I
the
can't guess.
horn. Sorry.
Oh my
Yeah, because there
God.
isn't someone who has said twice that I can cast a certain spell to fix you fucking tomorrow.
Do you hear something, Valen? One of these wounds is broken.
My hearing is apparently suspect, so I don't know about who to be talking to.
No.
You know what it is? He was getting choked out. He was too busy.
Too busy choking.
busy breathing.
Really.
Yeah,
Right.
he couldn't hear it over the sound of his crushed larynx. So, now that is all cleared up, she is offering those items to basically keep a lid on the situation until then. But she does
That's-
explain that means magic items or magic abilities will not work for you.
Mhm.
She also explains that there is more or less a command word to activate and deactivate said things, and they will only work on your particular bodies.
Thank you, Kadrona.
Who's like just gonna shut down any plans that you have on depositing this on someone else in the future?
Well, no, that's genuinely Kanugu being like, I've heard every cockamamie plan you guys have ever even thought up for a second, so I'm gonna just nip it in the bud and be like, hey, real
Hold on.
quick.
Rodrigo has not heard every cockamamie plan for a second. She's heard all of them in full detail more than once as they talked in a circle in the middle of her shop.
Hey,
Wow.
there is one person involved in this. Get out of here!
There have
Don't
been
throw
plenty
me
of
into
times
that
where
bus.
she has kicked them out. Anyway,
What if I banish
Uh.
myself? And then
So, do you have a plan now,
What if I contingency banish myself?
Oh my god.
Vhalen?
I think so.
I bet the best.
Thank
No,
you.
it's just,
For your time,
that could work though. It's like boom, boom, I'm out. Anyway,
arena.
It may be a tight space, but it'll do.
We should definitely could do one at a time, right? One at a time. One at a time.
I suppose.
yeah, we need to we gotta talk to Katrona anyway. All right.
Either way.
I love you, Joe. That look of disappointment was priceless.
It should just be we stress out Joe. Well, he can't say anything.
All right, let me get.
Oh, do have a question for you as well. If you have a little bit of extra time.
Classic Flandy.
Of
Continue.
course.
Helda here, as you know, has her bag of holding that does weird things. Have you ever heard
Yes,
of...
the anvil.
Yes. Have you heard of a time, what was the word, Vhalen, that dial
Dilation?
That's the word. Have you ever heard of that being attached to a bag of holding?
Time dilation bag?
I think he's confusing dilation with dimension personally, but
Mark me down for a nat 20.
Let's go.
That's an Arcana check in the 30s. But
Holy
she considers it just most of those are very unstable, which is why they are usually not a bag and a dimension time dilation perhaps combination. It's not impossible.
Rylan will like kind of go to offer more, but beforehand he'll look at Helda and like he's giving you the like, do I have permission to tell you a secret?
You get a very enthusiastic nodding.
Huh.
I guess some clarification. I think Rylan understands that she wouldn't care that there was a body, and she's like, yeah, okay, whatever. I think she
Carry on.
knows. I don't remember if she knows or not, but he'll kind of. The reason I asked is we were pulled a body from this bag, and it was almost as if it had just died. But we do have confirmation that this wasn't a recent kill.
This wasn't a recent kill?
Not that we're aware of.
Joe.
Dia Latino?
Oh no.
Spell.
Violation.
No, just leave it like that. That's good.
I'm the Latino.
Oh no.
As you see her kind of time Latino okay. You see her kind of mulling over the possibilities, and then can I see the bag?
Okay. Okay, so she would hand it to her and to be like, okay, you gotta add it. It's really precious, really not. It's really important. I just don't know why.
Thank you.
Just be
So
careful
take
with it,
it-
please.
You do see her being cautious with it as she takes it from your hand. You see the spectral hand being the one that is not making contact with this at the moment, but instead the flesh arm reaches for it. And you see with the magic appendage that it just kind of spreads the bag open for a moment, and she seems to kind of be taking a look. And she's going to give this a quick investigation.
Investigación.
That's good. Investigación. Not great, but that's all right. She takes a look. It's damaged.
It is?
Yes. Normally it looks like maybe it was a regular bag of holding, but something did something to it. But it's not. Most magic items, if you disrupt it in some way, will be torn or scratched, scuffed, some kind of physical marking. This almost feels as though the magic was affected, but not the physical form. It's very unusual.
Perhaps something a soul seeker dragon could do.
And she pointed at Vhalen. He thinks my soul might be in the bag.
I said there was a non-zero chance. It's not a particularly high percentage.
That's still saying you think it's in the bag.
It's like saying I think aliens exist. I don't know. It's a non-zero chance. It could. It
Yeah,
could
but the
not.
problem with the non-zero is it's not descriptive. The only number you've
Not
eliminated is
embarrassing. It's
zero.
part of the wizard.
As this conversation goes off, you see she has completely checked out. Like she's in her own mind. Like you guys are going off, and she's just not even there.
They're not even here.
she-
Half of them.
just like, eventually comes back. The reason this is so interesting is because if it's broken on, I keep wanting to say like the back end because I'm so used to fucking website building. It's just like if you don't see the back end code, but essentially that's what she. Hello, oh my goodness, hello. He's so big. Holy shit, Biscuit, you're a man now. Okay, she will take a second to get her thoughts together, and I think it still pulls from spaces. I don't think it pulls from a space anymore. I think all of the spaces are still yours, but I think it doesn't know where it ends.
What do you mean they're all mine?
Anything. The cats attacking mics is always the best. They're just like, that's mine. I'm not sure what that is, but it's mine.
He just took up the little foam on it.
Oh. Oh, careful. Yeah,
What
get
I
that
mean-
foam.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I don't want him to eat it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nubs, I think I told you, but Nubs fucked up the foam on my mic. And he popped it off the mic and then just fucked it up all night. And then when we came in, Dubs was like, why is it on the floor? Why is it just scratched the hell up? And then we found the recording of the exact moment where he just fought it for minutes. Anyway.
This was hungry.
Oh, Toast! Oh my God, Toast!
He's too far away for me to try and scoop him up, but I got my secondary camera on him.
Yeah, the
Oh,
fact that he
Hi,
looked
guys.
up into the camera was so perfect.
You
Oh,
can
my
wander away
goodness.
from me, Toast. I can follow you around.
Watch me get distracted by all of the cats.
Ah. Except,
The
filter
timing with that,
liked him.
exactly.
That's fine.
That's all right. It liked him in the beginning. We got it. We got a good shot of him. Right. Okay. You were asking.
found
What
it.
do you mean the spaces are on? Okay. Good. Good.
Okay, good.
But you hear Kudugu respond that unless at some point someone else got a hold of your bag, it means that you likely have seemingly unlimited space if it's possible for you to pull it, but it also means that anything you find in there, you put there.
Are you
How's
sure that
that
I
ex-
put it there?
It
Couldn't have been
wouldn't-
somebody else.
I was right. Yeah, she said that it's all the yous that have that bag are sharing the same bag, no? Or tied in some way. Perhaps not all, but enough.
You might be onto something.
We know those multiple dimensions exist because we've seen other elements of our own selves in that party we went to for too long. So that is no longer a theoretical.
Mhm.
And that it's fresh, while there are some cooling properties to these bags, would not extend to that particular point. And the random nature of items that she shouldn't have.
If you needed more answers, you can leave it with me and I can take a look.
Can you roll me a persuasion check?
Everybody
No.
looks at.
You can roll me an insight check if you want to see.
Uno reverse.
No. She's suggesting that. It's up to you whether what you want to do with it.
By the way,
Okay.
that bag is going to be a part of a criminal investigation in a couple of hours.
Oh my god, hilarious. You can see that there's a part of her that's curious, but she's not. It doesn't seem to be first on her list of things to do. So if you do hand it over, it may take a few days before you get it back. But she'd probably take a thorough look at it.
The issue that she would have with this is that it's precious to her. She doesn't know why, right? But it's precious to her.
Yeah. Yep.
If you're having doubts, Kurugu is the best hope you have to get any kind of answer regarding this.
World class, even.
You see her just look back and
Flattery,
forth
huh?
between Vhalen, between Kurugu, between the bag, and she just goes like, just take it.
It's not flattery, it's the truth.
I appreciate it, and I will be careful with it. You have my word.
Thank you.
We have
Toast, I'm sorry. Sorry, what were you going to say?
we continue to impose ourselves on you. And I feel you are owed some level of recompense. Is there does
Do you want me to
favors,
pull something
goals?
out of the bag for you, or
No, please don't.
No.
you could get another amble?
You can get another body. Stop that.
I will also mention, if I do pull anything from it, I will let you know.
Oh, thank you.
I will. You've been paying me for my services, and that's how this works. But no. I'll take a look in a couple of days. Toast, why is he looking at the ceiling?
That's where the greebles are.
Why do cats look anywhere? There's nothing up there.
Oh my god. The ceiling always just cracks me up because it's like you can't get up there. Even if you it's the ears maybe. Okay. Gotcha. But she will mention that no, you don't. If everything is as it is, you are fighting for everyone.
I thank you. But I also know you're running a business, and beyond that, you're putting yourselves at some level of risk. So,
Every day.
I hear purrs.
He's purring.
It's like, look at me. Yes, I'm majestic.
I will allow you to caress me.
Stop laughing. I will bite you.
He's straight up
How
will.
dare you interrupt my majesty?
Oh no, he's caught on my flannel.
Oh no.
Unhand me, you fool. Sniff my
What's-
butt.
Is he still caught?
Yeah, there you go.
You ever just have a cat K turn on your chest?
Oh my god. This is actually not a terrible spot for me to swap over because I was gonna do a little earlier and then there was just like that's toast on his chest, so I'm gonna give him a little bit of time. But while you guys are kind of concluding with Kurugu, which will give you any time to possibly think of
You
any
don't
other
know.
questions you may have for her, I imagine you are. We're gonna swap over to the other team. But we're picking up with Team Walk and Talking as we head back
Yay.
to you guys. Boo boo boo. As
Boo, boo, boo.
Change your environment and stuff. I have so many windows open that I feel like I don't want to open.
So
But yeah.
many windows.
Y'all are walking
Please walk.
around. And you just saw Kairu being shady, and you're like a block away
that-
from.
Caroso's new boyfriend?
Correct.
I'm not taking him home to
Permission.
meet my mom and dad.
No, he didn't need you. He went himself.
Oh no.
He asked for your hand in marriage.
No.
Oh,
Nope.
old school style.
He asked for the rights.
Nope.
I was
Can
heard
I
the
propose
rights.
to this boy? Can I propose to your son?
Okay, so
gosh.
what does Kuroso do?
I mean, it's probably something I'm gonna bring up on the way back. I'm not gonna mention it to my parents, and they don't need to know he exists, just in case that somehow draws him to them. Plus, I don't have a lot to go on. The water told me he's bad, so keep an eye out.
Wouldn't be the weirdest
The
thing.
water told me he's bad. Amazing.
So
I'll make a note of him walking around and then continue on.
All right. As you reach your parents' house, is there a specific greeting? You just giving a knock, you letting yourself in? I do imagine being their son that you have entry to their home at any point.
I do usually. I would knock just because it's polite. I don't know if they're not home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you knock. You do know that your parents have been more or less kind of retired, which does mean that they are most often home. So after a quick knock, you immediately hear some shuffling inside, as it sounds like something was put down before. Wow, what a throwback that one was. You hear something being put down before you hear familiar shuffling. The door immediately, time to redeem, hydrate. So everyone, drink.
Oh, I have to.
cheers.
I have iced
water.
tea.
Oh my god, the picture surprised me. But hello, Garrett.
Surprise
Thanks for
everybody.
the redeem. Thank you for the redeem and the water. It is appreciated. But as the door opens, Kiroso, you are greeted to the immediately shocked face of your mom. Nurja, excuse me. You see a Triton woman with blue skin similar to his. It seems to be kind of almost like dewy and sparkly in some ways. She's a little bit darker in skin tone than him. Her hair is a dark blue that seems to start with like lighter, and then it just kind of gets darker as it goes down. Very, very long wavy hair that seems to end around her knees. She seems to be in sort of very comfortable, casual clothes. And you watch as her somewhat aged expression immediately like goes from a sort of curious expression to immediately excited. Before any words are exchanged, Kiroso, your face is immediately captured in between both of her hands as she pulls you forward. Mijito, mi lindo! Immediately kisses your whole face. It's just, it has been too long. Where have you been?
It has been maybe 2 weeks.
Too long. That's what that is. I just, you're so big and handsome. Oh, it's so nice to see you again. Is this your girlfriend? Who is this? Hello. Introduce me.
I should have warned you about that. We should
Why have you taking so long? Hello. How are you?
Hello, ma'am. I'm just a friend. I'm afraid. I'm Nirja. Hello.
Hello, Nirja. I'm Kellyanis. Dariel, come here. Yes.
Nirja has
entirely
no
wonderful.
idea how to deal with this, so she's just like, "Yes, ma'am."
Come in, sit down, come in. Immediately grabs Nirja's hand and pulls you into this sort of humble abode that you've. Oh my god, these are the spellings. Good heavens. I will give you the spellings for both in just a second. But you hear some slight kind of movement in the background, which Kiroso, if you has been here many of times before, of course. You know that your father is currently doing something in the kitchen, but you hear some clinking a bit before something seems to be put down, and wandering into the room is what seems to be a very almost older version of Kiroso. Hair a little bit shorter, but still that sort of greenish hue. A bit of a paler blue to him, and seems to mostly be in as comfortable with clothing as possible as he seems to kind of step into the room. Oh! Yeah, it has been a little while. Don't yell at him so much, though. It's okay. Don't worry. Did you some tea, some coffee? What would you like?
Do not be troubling yourselves. It is fine.
It's not
I
trouble.
always have water with me. Would you like anything, Nurture?
I'm okay. If you were making it for yourselves, I could have one. Yes.
That's not what we said. Do you want tea or would you like coffee?
Tea.
Okay, tea. We'll make some for everyone. Kid, also, you are getting some too. Sit down. You see him turn and leave, head back into the kitchen, where your mom still has Nirja's hand in hers and guides you to the nearest couch to have you seated. But so, what brought you here?
Well, it has been too long, as you will always be telling me, even if I have seen you the very day before.
Your mother is always right, so don't argue with me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a time that this was not the case, and I don't have a readily available example. The point is being this.
He's a good son. I did a good
Yes,
job.
ma'am. Yes, you did, ma'am.
As Nurja has introduced herself, she is of the Preventers. I'm sure you are familiar.
Heroes!
Have recently been caught up in some of their doings and have been assisting as I can.
Dariel, our son is a hero. Did you hear this?
He certainly has saved my skin quite a few
Did not
times.
do this. That explanation was
True.
only to say that they had to go to water deep, and I accompanied them. So what I'm telling you is that I have brought back fish.
You have brought back fish. And as she's about to finish this, you hear, fish? Did you bring fish? Yes, he said fish. Fish, bring the fish. You hear from the kitchen.
Do you have room in whatever in your? I'm just gonna go to where they store cold things and people make this space. So I brought a ton.
You see that your dad initially had a number of things that were kind of out ready to make some tea. He was kind of boiling some water, and there are numerous teacups. You see that they have all been pushed to the side at the moment. Just put the fish down. I will take care of it. You don't have to do anything.
Okay, well, it is
Don't
more
worry.
than we are going to eat right now. I'm telling you, you will have enough for several days.
Oh, my son, where have you been?
These fish
Pulls
walk-
you in for a hug.
It's good to see you.
It has been too long. Where did you get the fish?
Water deep.
When?
Yesterday?
Oh.
What was that today? That was this morning. It has been.
Is that the first time you've been there?
Yes.
How was it? Did you like it?
That water is different.
It's filthy.
I did not want to say it, but
It's
close
filthy.
to the shore, yes. Once you go deeper, it was nice.
This is the cleanest water I've ever. That's why we stayed here.
I know it is the infant. It's nice. It is still though. It was different to be moved by the water.
But filthy.
Again, once you left the shore where people could not disrespect the water so much.
Yes, but I will put these away, and you will sit down, and we will talk to you more. I'm sure your mother is talking Nirja's ears off as we speak. And in the other room, Nirja, your hand was recaptured after she let you have it for a second. Took it back. So Nirja, you have been part of the Preventers?
Yes, for quite some time now.
That's a very big weapon you have.
Yes. It's
Don't hurt yourself. Looks very sharp.
Yes, it is. It's very sharp, but it's so far so good. I'm quite proficient.
You have
In the
beautiful eyes. You're so
Thank you.
pretty.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Kiraso's very lucky to be in your presence.
We're very lucky to have him. He has again, like he has really helped us quite a bit, and we're honestly we need a good, steady soul like him in our group. He has, and I've said this to him before, that he has been able to really go with the flow, as it were. I don't know if that's a bad pun or anything like that, but he is. You definitely raised a very strong and able person in Kiroso, and we really appreciate that.
I know this very well. You are very rambly, and it is very cute. It's almost like you say a lot, but like nothing comes out. It's adorable. I can see why he likes you.
Okay.
But the teas will be out soon. And we have fish now. Are you staying for dinner? Kiraso, are you staying for dinner?
I do not think I could live with my life without eating dinner. I have been here before, mother.
I told you. See, he is a good son. Okay, good. We will make dinner. Do you want to? Are the rest of your friends coming? The preventers are like 70 people big, aren't they? They're like huge.
No.
No, just hold on. Vogely has to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just kidding. We're 6 if you include Rusi.
And Rusi was here.
Yeah,
I left that dog outside until it was invited in. I'm so sorry.
Genuinely, I don't think she would notice because she's very fascinated with you and Yurja. Do me a favor, roll a quick wisdom check for Rusi.
Look at Flandy's face and spin that window all the time.
She is people. I impose disadvantage on Joe for the remainder of the night.
Right, Flandy, please roll me a wisdom check for Rusi.
I'm working on it. I'm
I do
still
want to see what she does. She's people. Oh my gosh. Without realizing it, she had closed the door kind of right after Nirja came in and did not recognize that Rusi was waiting to come in because she is a good polite girl. But as the door closes, essentially up until now, Rusi has been kind of trying to peek into every single window, which she can absolutely reach, but nobody seems to be noticing her. So you guys watch the green dog just go window to window. And eventually she finds one that's open and just smushes her snout in between the curtains. And from that side of the room, you just kind of start hearing dog whining, which happens to be the room that both Nirja and the mother are in currently. But mid-conversation, as she's talking to you, just turns, "What is this beast doing in my window?"
That's Rusi. Hi, Rusi. She is with us.
She is with you.
Yes.
So did you bring beast to my house?
Mother, Rusi is sometimes a dog, but now he's a dog, and he's a very good dog. But Ryland,
sometimes dog into my house.
I did not bring Rusi into the house.
I don't think
her face is in my house right now. She's breathing with her beast breath into my house.
Would you like me to remove Rusi from your window?
Give me a persuasion check, actually. I forgot your proficient, or I forgot what it was. But every time you roll for the first time, I'm like, what the hell? Oh, yeah, that's true.
He is a druid.
Disadvantage.
As you say that, you see her soften a little bit as she's also kind of registering everything that you just said, 4 seconds later. So in registering her words and then also what you're saying. Did you say she's part of the Preventors?
She is.
Okay, you can let the hero beast into my house, but don't let it upstairs. If it comes into my room, Kiroso, I swear Okay, just let them. You can just.
She's
she
very
behave well?
polite.
Is she a good
She's-
beast?
Yes, she's very polite.
Okay. You can let her
I'll
in.
go to the door. And before Rusty's allowed in, I have to explain that you're not allowed upstairs.
As you go to the door, you see her rush over to the door with you and is just like door mouth open and is like ready to walk in.
All right. You have been allowed in. This took convincing. You are not to go upstairs. For you will get myself and yourself in very much trouble.
Tail starts wagging again.
Just trying to get a read on whether or not that. Look,
Insight check. She has no idea what you just said. Genuinely, she just took that as you're allowed inside and we all love you.
okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to not let you where I cannot see you, and then you will not go upstairs this way. Okay. That is just what is going to happen. And I mean, she didn't have like a collar or anything.
No. She absolutely does not.
All right. Feel.
Animal handling. It's pretty good. She seems to have heard this before. You see, it takes a second. It's almost like if someone says something to you in a language that you've heard before, and you're like, "What does that?" Oh yeah. Like certainly not used with her regularly. She's just heard it somewhere else. So
She can normally be spoken to directly.
yeah, exactly. But she plops her ass down and just kind of looks up at you.
She doesn't have a swim
directly at you.
speed, does she? Because I can communicate with swim speed having creatures.
Not in this form.
Yeah.
Another one.
Dogs
she
can
met.
swim. Hell yeah.
They can, but it's not like
No.
better
It's not
than
elegant,
humans can
but it
swim. Yeah,
works.
yeah,
Alright.
yeah. Yeah.
So hopefully now she's going to at least stay within my vicinity. If she's willing to
Okay.
follow that command, then we'll come inside.
She does.
Joe, do you know Sylvan?
I was just gonna say, like,
I also don't know if he knows that. I don't think
yeah,
that was
I
ever
don't-
explained to him.
Yeah.
I think Nirja might know because she also speaks Sylvan now from osmosis somewhere.
I thought it was Elvish.
I'm sorry, she
Elvish
speaks
too.
Sylvan?
Okay.
Or at least
What'd you
understand
say?
I
that?
have it in my language proficiency, and I'm not sure where I vaguely remember it coming from one of the books. and
Right,
things
that
like
was your second. No, you are correct. I think for that one, Elvish, you can now speak and understand fluently.
Yes.
I correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember, but like the Sylvan was understanding, but I don't know if you could speak it yet.
Understanding but not spoken. Okay.
Correct.
I should make that note.
Again, like please let me know if that's wrong because I do believe I had to check my notes for that too.
That sounds right. Let me just put
Okay.
on there understanding. Okay, so never mind.
No worries.
I'm gonna take
But
one
in
step
general-
in. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. In general, though, Nirja, you've been around the Rusi escapades long enough to know that your teammates have talked about Sylvan working. So even though you might not be able to speak it, if that was information you ever wanted to share, not that you would share it now because you're doing different things, the mother is still talking your ear off. I'm
Okay.
just letting you know about that. But Joe, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm gonna make it one step in and turn around. Actually, is it possible for you to be smaller? I think that would go a long way. Smaller.
You see her shrink down.
Come on. Just...
When you sigh, she lays down. And as you
you're very
walk,
good
like,
and
I don't-
very smart.
I don't know if you've seen the stealth animation for the dogs in Baldur's Gate, but as you walk around the house, that is what she's doing. She's trying to keep as low as possible as she walks behind you.
Are you telling me I'm blurry, Landy?
Yeah. Rude! Just lean forward. Eventually it'll
I'm gonna get
snap
real
back.
close.
The crazy thing is, you look blurry to us, but on stream you look good. Looks fine.
All right.
Crisp.
Weird.
That's
Right?
Chris Joe.
Yeah.
Like it looks fine on stream. I don't know why to us you look blurry. But as
Incidentally.
you start walking around, you see your mom kind of looking. That is a huge beast.
Yeah. She definitely is larger, but
She's
that's
tracking sand into my house. It's okay.
is she?
Don't worry.
Oh dear.
It's
I can help you clean that
It's
up.
okay. You sit down. Don't you dare. Absolutely not.
I'm just I'm already ready for that comment. I just kind of wave a hand lazily to Molder and just send the sand trickling back outside.
I told you I raised a good son. I did such a good job.
Very
You
much.
ever just have dirt up and run itself out of your home?
After your son comes in and brings in a green dog.
Amazing.
But you guys are there. Eventually, the father comes back out with teacups for everyone, including Kirosa, who did not ask for one, but you're
I mean, I
on the
expected to
smaller
get
plate.
one.
Yes, of course. But it is doled out to each one of you. But yeah, were the rest of some of your friends going to come? We have playing, we have space, we can accommodate for everybody.
They were invited, but there were other things that were pressing that they learned. Though I suppose they could be invited now. They gave. Did you also have the? I'll point at this thing I can communicate with. It does not seem to work at a long range, mine.
It does not. I'm not sure if for me it would work as well.
Well,
That
Lucy,
far?
can you speak to Ryland at a great distance?
You see her ears perk up at the name Ryland, and she immediately stands up, immediately forgetting that she was trying to be small a second ago. But you just watch her whole body language perk up at that.
So I do not know if you're just excited at his name or if that is yes. If you can tell him that they are all invited for dinner, please do so.
Ryland, through the communication you hear, Ryland, they're saying your name, and then they're saying a lot of other words. And he looks happy about it, but he also looks confused about it. I had to sneak into the house. They didn't let me in the house. And now that I'm in the house, I have to be really small. I'm big. I'm sorry. Hold on. She looks immediately back down. They're talking about you, though.
Do you need to be smaller?
I don't know. Should I be smaller?
Do you need me to turn you into the Mastiff?
Okay.
I don't think that's going to be better.
That wasn't a yes. But he's going to think Mastiff through and try it. I don't know if we've done this over distance.
You watch as Rusi gets what you can only describe as a look of concentration, as both of her dog eyes kind of squint. And after about 10 seconds of squinting, nothing happens. Her eyes open up again and she looks back at you.
Kirosa, may I suggest? I think she knows Sylvan.
Oh, well, that is simple enough, and I will switch to Sylvan that I speak.
Meanwhile, Ryland's like, is this thing working? And Valen's just hearing Ryland's trying to talk. Hello? We are in a
Does this
different
have any
dimension.
At a
kind of
certain point, we have to
mind
decide that we've
effects?
bonded enough to get the long range.
I don't know. Foos won't let Knitters and I be unbreakable or whatever it is. Relationship status.
Your whole ass problem right now is that you are in a magic dampening quarantine field in Kunugu's place. that seems to be having some issues. Your bond with Rusi is particularly special, so that you guys can communicate. You were on different realms and you were still able to communicate with Rusi. That is a little bit different, but yes.
So switch to Sylvan and repeat. I don't know if you can talk back to me in Sylvan, but can you tell Ryland
like
that
a
the rest
happy
of
body
them,
language.
that they're all invited to come here for dinner?
You watch her kind of like spin in a circle as she is very excited, then sit down very obediently. And then you hear, he's inviting you over for dinner.
Oh. Vhalen.
Yes.
We have been invited over for dinner to the Carosos?
Did you tell them that we're horrifically cursed?
Hold on. Can you tell them that we're actually never mind, I know you can't do that. No. We she can't communicate that through
the ears.
All right. Well,
And is it just you two?
yes.
I know it's a what?
That's unfortunate.
It's
Everybody's invited.
Oh, wonderful. What are they having?
Yes, it's only us two that are cursed.
What are they having?
I presume fish.
This
Helda's like, "I'm
conversation.
cursed. You guys speak for yourselves. I'm gonna go have dinner."
Well, it's
I'll
funny because
see you at the
Vhalen's like,
house.
does she know we're both cursed? And Helda's like, is it only you two that are invited? Fucking Vhalen's like, yes. And Ryland's like, no, we're all invited. Yes, we're the only two that are cursed.
Both Ryland and Rusi are struggling right now. There's a lot of information coming in and only partially can come back out. It's just
Every now and then, like a vowel comes through to Rusi when Ryland didn't mean it to. That wasn't for you. I'm sorry. Hold on.
you can see like general positivity in the Rusi's body language, but it is an overwhelming amount of confusion as she is attempting to parse whatever information she is getting.
Joe's face.
But eventually just kind of looks back at you and just kind of whines and lowers a little bit.
I think that means they cannot come.
Yeah, I think they're busy at the moment. Oh, okay. Got it.
She nods back at you, but you understand Sylvan, so you can understand what he's saying to her. So
Oh, I
Nirja, you
should
could
clarify.
respond.
I was speaking in common for the benefit of the room.
Oh, then Rusi did not understand you.
It seems like a no. That seems like a no. That they cannot make
They
it.
were experiencing some sort of magical problem, so perhaps they do not want to bring that here.
Mm-hmm. That seems most logical.
Rusi, tell them we need a nap first.
You kind of hear and then she just lays down on the ground and attempts to pretend that she's napping, but after being taught too many tricks, instead just rolls onto her back and just has her paws up and looks directly at Kidoso. Her tail going crazy.
Uh,
Is that dog rubbing its fur into my carpet right now?
I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to decorate your home, but there is a lot of sand in the city for carpeting.
But it's beautiful. Look at this stitching. It's
It's
hand
very nice,
done.
but
And paw undone.
Remains on her backside. It's hoping you get it. It's staring at you.
I mean, after a long enough time, I'm gonna go give a belly rub. Is that what we're after? All right.
This probably gets more confusing because she's like, well, all right. Just happily takes it and does not try to fix any communication errors at all.
All preventable with a very low-level spell that I do not prepare.
I think it's ritual, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not wizard ritual. Where as long as I
Oh,
know I can
right.
do
You
it,
still need to prepare it
I have
to
to, yeah.
ritual. Yeah, that's true. I forgot. See, this is why wizards are bonkers.
It was great. Oh
Um,
God! If I already have so many spells I could cast. If I could also cast all the rituals I don't have prepared, it's too many.
I get those spell books, yo.
Yes, so, it been some time, and I wanted to make sure to share some fish.
I did hear about the fish. So we are making dinner for you and Nirja. This is a very beautiful Nirja. And then anybody else? I guess I could feed the beast as well, but I don't think we need to cook for her, right? She will just
I
have
don't
fish.
Actually, no. She's not just. Do I
I
know
know.
that Lucy's needs to eat?
Give me an Arcana check.
Would
Or
you
history.
be able to tell?
That's a good point. No, Nirja absolutely does. No, I forgot about that. It's a pretty good Arcana check, though. Nirja, you know that she doesn't need to eat or sleep, but she can do both, but she doesn't need to.
So at this point, you're just gonna say, she can eat. She doesn't need to.
Okay, good. I will save the fish for the people who actually do like some fish. Sorry, you seem like a very lovely beast, but we'll start cooking, and then I will tell you when it's ready. Do you want to come back later so that we can all eat together?
I mean, I did not. I was going to help you I wasn't going to let you just cook.
No,
for
you're
them.
not. You are not allowed to help. Okay, you know this. You are a guest right now. You are my son, but you are also my guest. Sit down, enjoy your tea. You
But-
see as she kind of gets up and moves towards the kitchen. If you need to come back, we'll be ready in like 1 hour.
If you do have anything you would like to do for the next hour, we could go somewhere and accomplish something. Otherwise, this is perfectly lovely tea to sit and enjoy.
Yes, I think I don't have anything on my plate at the moment, and I think it would be a nice change of pace to actually be present.
Well, do not worry, you will have too much on your plate very soon.
And you better
Okay.
clean it off.
Yes, ma'am. The soldier
you
just comes
guys-
out. She's like, I have no idea what the situation is. Soldier.
She means well.
Yeah, she's great. Very. I really see the cultural differences. Maybe one of these days you get to meet my own mother. Vhalen already did. And there's very much a protocol to that.
We touched on that earlier, and it
Yeah.
seemed to upset you.
Mhm.
You need to discuss that with anyone. I'm happy to be that person.
Oh well, thank you. Maybe just a little bit. Just the especially because the situation regarding me is so sensitive, and I feel as though I don't have a lot of information. One thing that I think Vhalen and I are very similar with is getting more information, and at least culturally, if I've in a way, what he did was sort of like getting in between me and my mother, and I wasn't really ready to talk with her about some of those things because I didn't have enough information. So I'm sure it was worrying her very much, but at the same time, if I don't know what I don't know, how can I talk with her about it? So
It is okay to experience not knowing together.
yeah, it's a little bit different, I guess, because my family is of a military background, so we tend to take a lot more action and that's part of also like information gathering, reconnaissance, and things like that. If you don't know, you have to go out and find it immediately. There's what is the word? You have to be prompt. There's a time limit on that.
I guess I'm trying to just suss out, are you worried that if you were to go to her and not have all of the information, that it would be a disappointment?
Not necessarily disappointment, just that I didn't really do what I should have done, but I also guess from her perspective that she could definitely see right through me, both literally and figuratively, now that I think of it. So she kind of knew already, but I wasn't sure, and maybe it was my fault. Maybe I just couldn't face that fact, and I was hoping that something else would come up to explain why I was see-through at the party, but
Or you were literally see-through. Okay.
at the party, yeah. I forgot you weren't there. Yeah. At the party, I was completely see-through, and I was not expecting her to be there either. But I think that's what the host wanted.
And it was not a good thing to see her there.
It threw me off a little bit, especially because there's just so much that I really wanted to control and get a hold of, so I could at least feel up to talking to her about it. It couldn't be easy to see your child like that.
I suppose not. I have not had children, But I would imagine that if I were to do so, I would not want to see them withhold a burden from me, so as not to worry myself.
Mm.
I would want to be able to shoulder whatever burden I could for them. Now, as a fully capable woman, I assume you do not like to be a burden to anyone. It cannot feel good, but everyone's relationship is different, so I do not presume to know the relationships you have with your mother, but
Yeah.
I would be risking life and limb to be withholding any such burden. I'd be like
As you-
glance towards the kitchen to make sure I didn't get hurt.
Found the exact second in which your passive perception was high enough to see your mom just looking in the like the side, like as much as she could hide herself, just kind
Are
of
you
watching
sure
the
you
two
do
of you.
not need help?
No, I don't need help. I just have a good son, and he brings over such pretty guests, and she's so pretty. I'm going to go back now. You can continue. I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
I wasn't talking to you, but that is such a good answer.
I think I'm doing okay. I don't know. I'm very confused.
She very much likes you. I was about to comment. She says that as if I bring lots of guests, which I suppose there have been. I think that is mostly her comment, is that I am not bringing someone home, and she is now. This is.
Okay.
I'm now navigating a new thing I did
get
not
that.
know is happening, where she is worried about my continued.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. This is not something I intended for you to have to endure, so I apologize for that.
It's okay. It's kind of the same. It would have been the same actually in my culture, but it's very, very serious. If you do bring your significant other home, it's like one step away from actually, what is the word? I guess marriage. Yes, that's the word. It's like one step. It's like very serious. This is happening, kind of thing. So I don't think that's what's happening here, though.
Just a
necessarily.
real quick lean back, like that word was just said, and now that I know she's on the prowl.
You hear in what sounds like stage whispering, because your mother has always been shit at whispering, to her husband. Did you hear that? I heard significant other. You think that I asked him to bring over his friends, and he said no. That's because he wants it just to be the two of them. Maybe the beast is like their child in a way, like when they're like getting used to being together, and they're like, we must care for a thing together. Besides,
The telenovela.
I love this. This is
you
great.
immediately hear Daniel just like, leave them alone. It's okay. Even if that's the case, he's all right. He will figure it out. He will tell us. I don't think he'll tell us though. He's like so shy. He's such a good boy, and she's like so good. She's strong. She's very strong. You know, like if something happens to him, she could carry him anywhere. It's good. But more or less, the conversation you guys start overhearing the second you quiet down.
Okay.
Can you just suss out what that okay means?
Give me an insight check if you'd like.
Oh God.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, please. Insight. Where is it? Turn off advantage. 1 second. Oh, great. All right. Cool. Ooh, not bad.
Yeah. Absolutely.
She's gonna say, "I've made things worse, haven't I?"
No, you have not done anything.
I feel like I'm
realizing how serious my mother has been about certain aspirations she has for me. So,
okay. Well, do you think it'll be fixed if you bring more people over, like just large groups of people to meet?
I thought you were insisting I should start bringing women here regularly. That would be disastrous.
Funny thought, huh?
Disastrous enough to make me very blurry.
Yeah, that wouldn't. Yeah, that would not fly in my culture at all.
That's it. I do not think if everyone could have come, it would have stopped any of this momentum.
Okay, all right. All right, I feel a little bit better, although I am going to try and make a more concerted effort not to make things worse.
I do not think there is anything you have done to set this in motion, and I do not think that there is anything you could do to stop this particular train.
Okay.
That is, I don't have an analogy for train that I would know in character in this world.
This particular flow, this particular
sure.
stream.
She will eventually. When I am not constantly bringing you around, I think she will get that message.
That's
Watch, circumstance just means I have to come back every week for reasons, and you're just always with
Every
me.
time.
Mhm.
Amazing. Um,
Exactly.
but you guys are. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah. So just chatting conversation, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. You guys are left to have tea and catching some conversations from your mom every so often. But eventually, the smell of cooked fish starts to waft through the house, and it seems as though as things are cooking, various side dishes and vegetables and rice and such, the mother eventually, like some emerges from the kitchen every so often with a spoonful of partially done food for you to taste test every so often, and each time is giving Nirja a bite before Kidoso. But as the cooking continues, we will head back to the midnight scale, in which you were perhaps about to leave Kadugu's place, or if you had any other questions for her. She has offered to take the bag and research it in her own time. And has also offered to more or less give you the anti-magic runes, which will give your team a little bit of time and more or less stop the growth of the blight within you.
Of which we're very thankful. As a parting kind of, this is gonna. I know we've dumped a lot of old weird stuff on you right now, but just one more thing for the road. If you hear of any Merkle cults, we'd be very interested to investigate.
Steal more candles.
Merkle cults. Like nearby, or
the proximity, thankfully, if I get my spellcasting back, won't be an issue. But the there's a candle that we found. I think she examined it, didn't she? She was the one who gave us the answer about it. Yeah.
she did.
If
that
we
was
were
some
able to
time
get,
ago, but yeah, especially in her timeline, that was before the party, so it was like in her timeline over a year ago. But yeah, she knows of it.
If we should, it would be beneficial to us to have the powers of that candle again, and it's kind of it's a 2-for-1. You know, we rob an evil cult from strange
and use
things,
their powers for good.
And they, right, exactly, up until a point.
I will keep it on my radar.
Oh, thank you.
Hmm.
Oh, and if you could think of anything that you would want from said cults, please we'll add to the list. That's not a problem.
Any other magic items that you don't have a use for? I don't know if I would say no. But in the meantime, the runes for your departure.
Thank you.
New magic words for both. And as she extends the magic hand out towards the runes that are around, you watch her kind of pluck some of the symbols off from a distance, those tendrils that are on you, kind of drawing those symbols near you. And Vhalen, you watch as yours kind of gets situated right under your throat. And Ryland, kind of hidden among your orange hair along the back of your head, there seems to be a rune that glows for a moment and then just settles down. Same with the one on your neck. And she lets you know what the symbols or the magic words are for them. And Ryland, because you have been learning this language, you recognize that this is a celestial word for release. And for Kemin and Vhalen, the two of you have tongues, so you just hear her say the word release. But I don't, Helda, you don't know Celestial, right? I don't know. You don't, no, okay. You hear a
She
beautiful
forgot.
sounding word.
The dragon took it from her.
She knew it. It's gone.
You
No,
said
no.
Actually, yeah, she does not know what languages she knows. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, that's true, right? When she hears it, she'll know it and be like, "Holy
Yeah,
shit!"
exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Which
You
is
know, she knows
awesome, yeah.
coming.
Yeah, there's that. But gives you the word for it, and then is that all? I do need to shove you. in
Of
space.
course. Yeah, that would be all. Thank you so much.
Good luck, and I will see you soon.
Yes.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. And you watch as she extends her arms for a moment, and all the seams between each tile that you are on starts to alight quite brightly. You're
I
doing
was prepping
something.
for a headache. He's just like,
No, you're good. The light, which seems to kind of glow nearly to a blinding point, but you can still see her raising her arms. And you watch as everyone in this room, besides herself, seems to kind of float upwards in almost rapid succession before everything just gets very, very bright for a moment. And each one of you kind of feel as though you are dropped like 5 inches, as though you were like floating for a second and then were just dropped onto your feet. Back out, deposited right outside where you first found that door. Well, Helda found the door, but you are back outside.
Okay. That was interesting. A whole lot of bad news, but we have options.
so are we going to dinner?
Oh, I will mention, excuse me, as the runes are activated and you find yourselves outside, all of your magic items cease to work while they're upon you. Your connection to the weave and various other things have kind of been pulled. You don't even feel Tamna or Zalzir on either of you.
Oh no.
So do mark off that your charisma and your intelligence are not where they normally are with those two.
We were
attempts.
kind of told too, though, that it was like one of those probably use this before you go to sleep thing, or was it like a no shit? Like you need to keep this on now.
It's just to pause it for as from spreading at all. So it can be removed at for meta purposes. It can be removed as a bonus action essentially. So you can just kind of activate it and deactivate it whenever you like. DM just called you ugly and dumb. Guys, in this anti-magic, you are uglier and dumber than you were before.
Very
It's
true.
really-
Very true.
My tracks.
So does that mean also that anything with tongues on it doesn't work?
Yes, correct. So because that is a
Oh.
magic item. So that magic item does not work.
I think Ryland recognizing that would deactivate it for now and be like, Zalzir, are you there? So sorry, I did not know that would turn that off.
I think I took a little nap.
Oh, like a recharge?
No.
Are you having a casual conversation and endangering everybody in nearby?
What?
Oh, you were saying that. Were you saying that aloud, or were you saying it in your mindscape?
I
Farouk,
imagine you were
you
saying
hear,
it in his
You know, Soul's rubbing my belly and it's very good.
He does have
Having
a
6
heart.
different conversations.
Wow.
Amazing.
I have the most heart. How dare you?
He's the hardiest heart of the.
Did you hear what you called Brucey? How dare you?
For an animal is an animal. How dare I?
She's people!
The voice rising as it goes. Oh, goodness. But no, Zalzir does respond to you and does also seem happy to see you again. It's kind of different, though. If I had to explain it, it felt more like I was napping. The lights went off, but I wasn't alone.
Did it feel? Do you want to go back, or do you want to go to the cradle rest thing?
I will need to rest eventually. Doesn't need to be now.
Okay. He'll cast exposition on what the item was, why we're using it, and how he has the heart thing. And can you sense it in there? Can you see it? Can you like let me know if it's growing?
No, I'm only aware of your fabulous physical body, but I can't sense whatever that is. Sorry, Fogly's like wrapped her mouth from the side. As I love you, girl.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you
No,
don't.
you don't.
Oh,
All right. Well, if you
goodness.
sense anything else, just let me know. I
Sure.
either need to turn this back on or take you home to charge.
You gonna take Zalzir home?
He can't
This
hear
is-
you,
this is
otherwise there would have been a
Netter's-
comment.
yeah, this is- yeah.
He can't. He was ready to respond.
Careless
I don't know.
Whispers plays in the background, intensifies.
Cheating on your
Yep.
succubus girlfriend with a incubus is up there.
Only way to do it, I guess.
Guilty feet have got no rhythm.
I have had that song stuck in my head for months at times, so I need you to not. But yes, you are having this conversation with him. He doesn't seem to have a preference at the moment. You are getting the sense that when the anti-magic goes off, it feels like he's just being put on pause. So there's no like recognition of him not being activated. It's almost just like he blinks and then he's back in a different spot kind of thing. Whereas the rest, he's very well aware that he's alone because it is basically like sleeping essentially. So he's conscious of it.
Okay, so he'll just kind of. Zalzir needs a rest. This is out loud to Vhalen. But we've also been invited for dinner. I don't know that we ever got the directions to. Oh, we're outside now. Hold on. Caroso.
I mean, I don't think we're
mind.
nearly close enough for that
I
to
don't
work.
think it is either.
You're very far on the other end of the city.
Roll him. Oh my God, roll him twice.
Roll.
Ryland.
Wow.
Roll your
Twice!
violence.
Yep. That was a misfire. Reload. Misfire again.
Call them both Roland, and they should apply to both characters.
Oh gosh.
I don't think, as generous as that offer is, and as much as I trust Kurugu, I could not live with myself if we cursed his family in any way.
Well, she did say it would take about a week probably to spread the infection.
Magic, as much as I would like it to be, is not an exact science.
But food.
We have food at home. We have McDonald's at home. We're gonna.
Do you have McDonald's money?
We can. I do actually, and I have a ridiculous amount of money.
How the wouldn't actually? It's gonna carry a lot of liquid.
We can order some food in. I'm sure there's some
We'll
local
just DoorDash
places.
it.
We'll DoorDash it. Yep. But I strongly suggest we just go home, recharge our crystals while we can, because some of them they saw some use, and prepare to see the kings. This is gonna be fun.
Well, we could have Brucey come collect Helda, and Helda could join them for dinner, and the three of us, Chris boys, could go have a nap.
And you said
I'm
they're
not
having
Chris.
fish.
Just in case you're wondering. I'm good.
Can he even
Kemin
understand
kind of
that?
points to himself.
Yeah, he's got
Kevin?
tongues. Yeah,
Yeah,
Kevin
he
does.
wasn't cursed.
he has the ring of tongues.
Oh, he's the one.
Yeah.
All right, never mind, never
Yeah,
mind.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
It's the socks of
You're right.
tongues, but close.
They're not socks, brother.
The worst is that I was the one who said that, so I have no one to blame but me for
Yeah.
introducing the socks of tongues because his tiny brain was like, it should be something I'll never take off, like socks. But- okay.
Besides,
I'm
the tongues go on shoes.
Yeah, I almost made a joke about that, but thank you, Joe.
I'm pretty
for
sure I did
explaining.
last time the socks were brought up too.
Yeah,
Nobody deserved that, Joe. But
everyone deserved it.
You're welcome.
if you would like to go, that's fine. I'm just.
I mean,
Yeah,
didn't she
you'll-
say like you guys are like on pause, like for real? Because I mean, yeah, it would stink if something happened to them too. But like, we're hanging out with you and we seem fine.
Cameron,
weird-
To be fair, we're not magical though.
you kind of signed up for the shenanigans we go through. So,
That's true. That's true.
and obviously, I will do whatever I can to see you put back if anything was to happen. But
What I'm saying is, it sounds like there's a stopper in your whatever, and then we've been exposed for a little bit of time, and everything seems fine.
I know civilians is like not really a thing in Gith culture, but it very much is here. And
Okay.
I don't want to expose people, especially family of other people, unnecessarily. Yes.
What if you just sit outside and we hand you dishes to eat out there?
Do you want to go and get some fish? I'm fine with
We'll
that.
go
I feel
home.
like
We'll go
okay.
home. Vhalen and I. If
You
you
would-
want, Emin, you can go as well. I'm sure Vhalen has some things he wants to research, and I'll probably reach out to Unicorn Lady. But at the very least, I need a nap. He needs a nap. And I wouldn't be surprised if, well, I know you need a nap because you haven't slept in. I don't know how long.
I'm not sleeping, but yeah, Kevin, please go with Helda. It'll be nice.
I'm not leaving you alone. No, it's fine. I'm going with you, cursed,
You're
sad
not leaving
boys.
him alone. You're with me.
I'm not leaving him alone.
Kevin done told you.
All right, I'll ask Rusi to come show. Rusi,
They're cooking something.
I need you to come show Helda how to get to where you are now.
Okay. Shall I
See you
leave now?
soon. Yes.
Okay. So you watch as Rusi, seemingly for no reason, gets up with an alertness that she has not had in a little bit, walks towards a window, sticks her whole head out it, and then you hear a poof noise as she disappears from her spot and teleports out of the house, and then just fucks off.
Okay. That is happening now.
Yeah. I guess she.
What is
was
happening? What's
some-
what?
Rusi just seems to have been summoned, so
Rusi.
she's Rusi, the lovely
Oh, the
green
beast.
dog.
Okay. Sure. No, it's fine. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't.
Beast.
Continue. Turns and leaves.
I think by the nature of her not seeming to panic, it seems like everything's fine.
One can only hope. I'm also just checking out the carpet and the drapes and the window. Like, did she do anything that I have to fix before I get yelled at?
No, thankfully it was a quick exit. She just needed to make eye contact with something outside of the house to be able to teleport. And thankfully, it seems as though all of the sand or debris that she brought in, you took care of on the way in, and she's more or less it's okay.
It was a clean escape.
It was a clean escape. But Rusi leaves. The rest of the team, are you guys heading back to home? Or are you meeting Rusi anywhere? Is Helda meeting Rusi anywhere? Or
How long is would it be faster to summon Rusi? I think Rylan would ask her, like, do you know your way back? Do you need to come find us in order to study your way back, Butter?
Butter.
Butter?
She knows her way around the city enough that she's also what are you doing?
The light is very bright and it's washing.
It
my
is.
face.
It is crazy bright. Are you closer to it? Is that what happened? You just move closer to it? Because your camera shifts every time you do stuff. So it's kind of like
got
the
very close to it.
stabilizing
Yeah.
cameras, you know what I mean? A chicken.
Stabilizing
I
chicken.
was like the stabilizing. I wanted to say camera, and he goes chicken.
You've seen it, right? When they put a camera on their head, they move the chicken. And
God, the most amazing one is when they put the chicken on the boat and he was still fucking solid.
Yeah.
Stabilized. Amazing. Okay, sorry about that. But Rusi seems confident in that she can lead Helda back. But she is heading towards essentially like the palace because that's where you guys split up. So she can obviously redirect because you guys can chat at any point. But she's confident she can lead him. Her, excuse me.
Would it be? How much time would it add to your trip if you met us at the house versus that? We're at Kruger's now.
It'd be a little bit closer. It would actually shorten her trip.
If she met us at Kruger's?
No, she met you at home.
Oh, perfect. We'll meet you at home.
Okay, I'm
I don't
coming.
know why I said that with an accent.
I don't know why either. I was like, who is this? Someone took over for a moment. But yeah, she comes running over. You guys are able to walk your way back. It is a short-ish trip, less than 30-minute walk for you guys to make it back. And Rusi is going full tilt. So absolutely gets there.
How fast does Rusi run?
She can dash. I think when she's a dog, it's like 100, and then if she's blinking each time, it's another 40. So she can take off.
Damn.
Yeah.
She a fast girl.
She a fast girl.
That's also why he's not worried about her being like kidnapped in the middle of
Yeah, as long as she can see, like she gets blind, that's a problem. But she's running around. She's all good.
Are you blinding my dog?
I can blind your dog.
I mean, to
I'll
be
put you guys
fair,
in a
blinding anybody would pretty much just be a problem.
It
No,
would, but
it's
if
not like
the
a
idea is
specific
like,
weakness to Rusi.
I mean, someone can dimension door to a place they don't see. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like sometimes you can get at things and not need to see. But she is running. You guys would probably arrive around the same time that you hear Rusi kind of tearing around a corner and then poofing right next to the entrance to your home, and just tongue out and just excitedly, okay, I'm here, Helda. She says out loud to, I don't know if you've looped her in at this point, but just kind of says it, and then Helda, you immediately watch as the rather large green dog immediately kind of saddles up beside you and kind of puts her hip against yours. It seems ready to go.
All right. Okay. I don't think she'd. Helda is used to being the fastest person in most groups.
Yeah, that's
So
very
yeah,
true.
she's gonna try and race the dog here, and it's not gonna go well.
Let me double check Rusi's speed because I'm pretty sure
It's
her run
40.
speed is 40, right?
Yep. 40, and she
Okay.
can blink another 40.
40,
And then
right?
obviously
So
the
when
dash.
she's going, it's 120 then. And Helda, I think you're
Yes.
probably a little faster than that.
55.
Well, only if you step of the wind. Never mind. 55. You're close. Yeah, it's very close. Essentially, what's going to happen is Rusi is going to be teleporting with you. So I think you guys are going to be like in stride with each other, and then she's going to make sure that like her hip is against you, and you're going to feel yourself kind of like be displaced, and then reappear. You're actually the only person who can keep up with her on foot. Now that I'm thinking about it. So you guys can run at full speed and then just get teleported every so often. But I think this is relatively new for Helda in terms of being teleported. So go ahead and give me a like, I'll just say like acrobatics. This is kind of like you figuring out what to do with your body now that you are suddenly in a different spot each time, just to see how smooth this goes.
All right, I'm gonna say this right now. Helda is not an acrobatics monk. That's not how I built her. Let's see it.
It's all good.
You got
Oh,
this.
goodness. You got this.
I don't got it.
Hey, you do got it. That's easy. Not a
Oh.
problem.
This boy rolls a 15 and says, I don't got it. Get out of
You
here.
got it. Yeah, you good. You good. I think for those of you who are watching, as Helda and Rusi kind of take off, just playfully realizing that they can both go like full speed and keep up with each other. You're a little surprised to see that Helda adjusts very quickly, even when Rusi takes like unexpected turns and you are not where you thought you were. You just keep. Oh, what's up?
Rylan puts his hand over Vhalen's shoulder and just goes, they grow up so fast.
Runs off.
Oh, yep. Well,
Oh god.
it's good for them to get out. We'll see what happens.
Caroso, if you can hear me, they're on their way. I know.
Nothing.
Wait a minute.
I
Rylan would
know.
try.
Rylan would still try. I hear you.
Will you deactivate your magic? Stop fooling around.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Good night, Zalzir.
Good night.
Return.
And it is
I don't know, I was trying to
activated
make a
again.
celestial.
I know, it is fantastic. But you are able to kind of close that off again. And the three of you are left in front of your estate. To which Kemen kind of playfully, but still elbows Vhalen. I feel like sometimes you're too careful. But anyway, let's go relax or do something. What are we doing? Are we napping? You know now.
No, I have some things to think about.
You want to think about those things out loud, or should I leave you alone?
You can do whatever best suits you. You don't need to attend to me. I'll be fine. We're in our home. We should be relatively safe. I do need to contact Jata at some point. I'll figure that out later. Violet,
Want to do that now? Oh, okay. No, never mind.
Yes.
have you heard from your family?
I don't know if it's gonna work. And he opens up the book.
Blank.
You're gonna have to deactivate it temporarily. We're both cursed. It's fine. It's just
You're both cursed. It's fine.
Oh, it's all gone.
Kevin again is just like, I'm also not cursed and in your vicinity.
Turn off your magic, Rylan. Jeez. Have you heard from me earlier? We'll turn your magic back on.
Turn your magic on. What's happening?
Stupid. Also, for everyone's awareness, I just learned that we can make an item in your equipment that counts as the gems, and if you toggle it on and off, it'll automatically change your charisma / whatever score. So I'll teach everybody afterwards.
Thank you, sir.
That'd be fun.
thank you,
I was like,
Frandy.
ooh, I wonder if I could, and it worked. And now
Yay!
I also want you to know that once you turn Zalzir on, he will not be turned back off. Okay, there you go. That's a joke for you.
Oh.
There it is. There it is. Spicy boy.
The succubus that keeps on getting.
He's an incubus.
Right now. Oh, that's amazing. Okay.
But anyway, I will have you guys your seed more or less end there. And I think this is probably a good time for us to end our night. As
Oh, no.
Helda's
Oh,
is
Didn't even use my
What's the matter?
D20. Damn it.
yeah, I
I
know.
know.
It was a calm night.
Can I add that back to my first roll?
Oh,
or
no.
whatever
Sorry, I didn't. The second book
That
took
was-
me by surprise.
that was the joke I was going for. Thank you for getting me.
Oh no! If you said it, I didn't do shit.
He gets me.
All right. So, codpiece would get you. Okay.
Well,
Well, thank you so much for coming by. A delight you are. God dang it, I'm not reading that one out loud. I almost did. We are going to end our night with a raid as we always do. But I need a moment or two to do so. And then I think in the meantime, we have our finale for yes, votes, please. Thank you. We have our finale for Task Team M this Wednesday, and then our finale for our Humblewood, in which Flandy is DMing on Friday. Monday, I will be on Rev's channel because we're doing our table talk of the the first arc of Teleria being done. So
nice.
if you want to come ask us some questions, we're going to be out of character just yapping. Hi, Nubs. He's walked into the space very, very confused. I don't know what happened. What did your father do to you? We have those things happening. Should be exciting. And then, yeah, I think after that, schedules might be a little weird just because of Christmas and stuff, but we should be regular-ish. I know Nenner's actually going to bother you about it soon, but we have to recruit for your Alkenstar because we should be getting that up and running after the New Year's, which is rapidly approaching because today is December 15th.
What?
We are halfway through this month, boys. What
Wild.
the fuck? Okay, so all that being said, let me find somebody. We have a bunch of friends on, so I think I'm not even going
Not
to be
just
creative and find some.
anybody.
Boy.
I will raid you. Shoo-be-da-da-da.
I don't need this while I'm cramping. That feels rude.
Will you raid me?
Oh goodness. Let's see. He's been going for some time though. Let me see. I do want to raid one of my friends. Whoa. But
Whoa,
everyone's
Waggy?
been-
What?
Whoa, Waggy.
Excuse me.
Everyone's been going for a while, so I'm trying to make sure there's someone who's not gonna end immediately.
Elder Scrolls.
David's on.
Elder Scrolls.
David's
Let's
on.
go.
Yeah, David's on, but he's been going for 4 hours. That's why I'm like, ooh,
Oh shit! I didn't
We
realize
can go
that.
all
Yeah.
night.
Skyrim
I know
belongs
it's-
to the Nords.
I know it says North art, but my brain always reads it as no art.
We got
Interesting.
no art.
My brain's really read.
Gaming related.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's raid David. If you
Okay,
can
David.
hold for a little
David.
while. Let me see. Let me just make sure I'm not crazy. Yeah, he has been going for 4 hours. Just making sure. We'll fucking start the raid. Let's go. Let's go say hi to David. He's dope.
I'm gonna ask him if he's gonna raid for a little bit longer. Or raid.
No,
I need
it's
to go.
Words
It's
is
It's late.
hard.
We got to go to bed.
I'm
Reality.
one day in and vacation brain's already here, boys.
Let me tell you, it's a
Yay!
good time. But we're gonna go say hi to him. Thank you so much for dropping by, everybody. We super appreciate it, and have a wonderful night.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful
sure.
rest of your weekend, and thanks
Yeah.
for joining us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bye.
Bye, everybody.